Hello and welcome to the KC Baby Studios. My name is Melissa Etheridge. I'm a rock star. What am I doing here? I am from Kansas City, from Leavenworth, Kansas, to be exact. And this was a dream, and this is a dream. We're live at Current Landing, and I'm here with my wife, Linda Wallum.
Hello.
Who dreamed this up last year.
Well,
and
yeah.
our first guest at the KC Baby Studios is Kansas City's own Ebony Bing.
Yeah.
You are the radio DJ at Power 105.1.
Yes, I am.
And you have the coolest name ever.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks to my parents. Shout out to Marie and Donald Bing.
Oh my gosh.
The Bings are watching.
Now,
They are.
now, Ebony has been in broadcasting since Drake's first mixtape in 2009.
Yes, Drake is very, he's very sentimental to my radio career because I feel like if he has to wrap it up, maybe that's the time where, I might wrap it up too. But he keeps on
going.
going, so I'm going.
Amen. And you're also on Fox 4.
Yes, I am. I'm a contributor on there every Wednesday.
Wow.
And you're from, we just found out you're from Worcester, Massachusetts. And
But
here
only
you
for
are.
7 years.
And now you're in Kansas City, but you feel like Kansas City's home now.
I'm a Kansas Cityan. All
Yeah.
my cousins say that I am. And, of
Yeah.
course, I have lost that little Boston accent with my cars and park the cars. So, yes. And Chiefs all day, baby.
Yeah.
It's all about KC, baby,
Oh,
too.
come on.
So this is the KC Current Studios.
Yeah.
Brand new. Broadcasting for women's sports.
Yes.
You are absolutely that. Tell us what got you into broadcasting first.
Well, I initially wanted to do television, and so I remember I went to UMKC, and I said, okay, I am going to get a radio internship, and that's going to beef up my resume and make me look more appealing to the television. Well, I went to, it was kind of like a speed dating thing for internships at UMKC, and it was brunch too, because I'm a foodie, so they got me with
amen.
the food.
Yeah.
Yes, the croissants and everything.
Yeah.
And so I saw my favorite radio show there, and
And you're fresh out of college.
No, I'm still in college.
Oh,
I'm
cool.
a sophomore in college.
So important to do while
Yes.
you're in college.
You
right,
have to
okay.
see if you like it or not. That's very,
Yeah.
very important.
And where was the internship interview?
The internship was for Shorty and the Boys on 95.7 The Vibe. I used to listen to them every single morning.
Okay.
And so then I was like, this is going to be a dream. And so I did my internship, went to TV, and TV wasn't what I thought. Hard news is not for me. I am the puffy, happy, I like to talk about. Not
Start to see there were more women involved, or was it, okay, I'm here with a bunch of guys and I can do this?
I think that what I tell younger people is it's great that you learn how to be like a producer and not in front of the camera but behind the scenes, because the
Amen.
behind the scenes people are the shot callers. And so there were a lot of men that were behind the scenes. There were women also behind
Yeah.
the scenes as well, but I think that it's very important that we learn that you can work all.
See, that's
all-
what I believe
all
about your
positions.
generation. You guys are going to do it much more behind and in front of the camera. There's
hope so.
nothing stopping you. So I think that's the new.
Amazing.
I'm a big fan of that.
I mean, we are sitting in the first sports broadcasting studio made for women's sports next to the first stadium ever built for women's sports.
It makes me very proud to be a Kansas Cityan. And, everywhere that I go, I'm like, you do know about the CPKC Stadium, the first stadium made for women's sports. You obviously don't know. You got to know.
How did you feel when you first walked in? here?
Very
'Cause-
proud.
Yeah.
Very
yeah.
proud, especially, with this new studio that you guys have here too. And, with my broadcasting background, I'm like, content is everything. And I love that you guys jumped on this and have this here. And it's just going to be something great.
That's what really brought us back, was hearing about this stadium being built. I was like, what's
Well,
going on?
And
This is-
we loved sports when we were kids, but this was in the 70s when we thought for a minute we could be professional sports, and then we found out, oh no, it's not going to happen. So to see this, it's really emotional for us, and to see
Absolutely.
young women like you come through, badass. I can
Thank
say
you.
badass on a live.
Thank you.
Okay, to be able to go, wait a minute, this is my. I have not just a seat at the table. I have a seat at the head of the table. Because this, and I think when you think about this studio connected to the stadium, what comes like? What did you think the first time you found out this studio was happening next to the stadium?
I think that it's really cool. I think about access and just the whole buzz going on across the way or
Yeah.
across the sidewalk. And now here we are, and I just think that it's great that it's in the mix of everything, and I think it's cutting edge, and everybody's going to try and copy us what we have here.
Yeah.
We're gonna shame everyone else
Tastemakers.
into
That's
doing
what we
this.
are.
Tastemakers.
Yes.
So let's talk about the current.
Yes.
Yes, because last year was so very exciting and then ended.
Yes,
It
yes,
was
yes.
so hard. This year, how's it doing? What's going on? Let's just get, because I've been watching. I know they're just right in there.
Well,
just
Yeah.
it's a
doing it.
long season, though.
It's a long season.
It's a
Yes.
long season. What I absolutely love about the KC Current is the fans that they come through. They are so dedicated, sold out
Yeah.
every single time. And you know, people want to talk about women's sports, but we also have to support it.
Yeah.
And so, shout out to all the KC Current fans that come each and every time. I get a chance every once in a while to play in the media games, and just
Yeah.
the love that I see from the fans, the dedication, and just the players. Everybody here is so fantastic, and so just coming to the stadium each and every time is a treat. So if someone's never come out here before, they have to make the trip out here and just experience, because coming out here to CPKC Stadium, seeing the KC Current play, this is an experience.
Like, can you imagine when you were a kid in Massachusetts to be able to, hey, my dad's going to take me to a women's owned, stadium, and
a
can you
women's
imagine,
soccer
and
game,
even
wouldn't-
sports broadcasting? Can you imagine?
I would have never thought
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
anything like this would happen.
Yeah.
You know, us ladies, we always have to share the stadium with the men, and
Yeah.
I mean, that's all nice and everything, but let's have
Let's
something
have
of our own.
Yeah. Yeah.
So KC just went through the World Cup.
Oh, yeah.
And we came out on top. I got to
Yes.
tell you, because I travel all around the world, but definitely this country, and it was all about Kansas City.
Absolutely.
What was that like? I so wished I could have been here.
It
for
was
this.
so cool because I worked the Olympics back in 2016. I'm half Brazilian, so I did the
Oh.
Rio Olympics, and I was the host for the basketball games and the
Come
Paralympic
on.
swimming competition. So that was one thing.
you
to
were you covered the Olympics.
I did. But when I saw what was going on here, and just I was very impressed,
Yeah.
and I was so proud.
Yeah.
And just to see everybody come together, you know, sometimes people will say there's nothing going on in Kansas City. Yes, there was.
Yeah.
There was a lot of buzz. There
Yeah.
was a lot of love, and I'm just so proud. And whatever sporting events that come our way, we should host them. But it just gave me an immense amount of pride. I love that everybody got to see a little taste of what's Kansas City. And don't sleep on us, because we have been, I'm just saying, we have been that city. It's
Yeah.
just that people sleep on us all the time, but we got a chance to show them.
I heard that, and I believe it, that Kansas City can be America's soccer town.
Yeah.
I mean, after the World Cup especially, it feels like you guys, it's time. And we're going to spend a lot more time here.
Yeah.
So I think absolutely it's, what about the city do you think makes it perfect to be the America's hub of soccer?
I think that, people are so friendly. It's a great place for families. And I just think just so inviting. The Midwest culture, it's just so inviting. And we're just really eager to show people what we're working with and why Kansas City is on the map to be that city where it's a destination city. You don't just pass through. Kansas City is a destination.
Amen. And, I happen to be married to a rock star who she grew up how many miles from here?
Oh, you know what? I don't even know how many miles Leavenworth is.
Not
it
far.
It was like
Don't
a
ask me.
40-minute drive or something.
But what I
ask me
love
for
is it
directions.
represents, hey, dreams
Yeah.
can come true.
I
And just
love-
like the stadium.
What's your opinion of the Chiefs Stadium moving from Missouri to Kansas? Because all of us
I
in
know one
Kansas
state
are like,
that's not happy.
I'm on the Kansas side. I fully support it. I
Yeah.
don't live too far away from where the new stadium is going to be. Bring it on over. I'm
Oh,
excited, but I
nice,
know people are
nice,
hating.
nice.
Keep on
I
hating.
know.
Oh, my God.
I got to tell you, it was so funny because anybody who doesn't live here already thought they were in Kansas anyway. That Kansas City means Kansas. So sorry, Missouri.
Yeah,
I can't
sorry.
believe this is wrapping up already. We
I
need
know, our
another
first
hour
interview,
with you.
Our first interview.
Thank
But
you.
you're going to be live today on
Yes,
the radio.
yes.
I want to call in, but we'll be interviewing other
Yeah.
people.
Yeah,
But,
well,
but
you
you're
can
on
call
from
me
2 to
whenever.
7.
2
right?
until 7 every
Okay.
single day. Power 105.
And that's Power 105.
Yes.
What a pleasure.
You're
Uni.
awesome.
I look
Thank
forward
you.
to seeing you many, many more times and having you back here, and we'll do this.
Absolutely.
Again.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Even
you.
Bing.
Yeah, yeah. I'm here.
Hey, welcome to KC Studios, baby. I'm Melissa Etheridge.
And I'm Linda Wallum.
And this is my wife, Linda Wallum. And our second interview we have today is the one and only Danny Welniak.
I am so incredibly honored. The fact that you called me the one and only, I feel like I should be giving that aura back to you guys.
You've done so much, but currently, you are the KC Current Vice President of Communications.
Indeed.
That's
yes.
a great
So
title.
this is all
What do
yours,
you think
baby.
about all this?
Ooh, I
Yeah.
literally walked in today and had goosebumps.
Yeah.
Because
so did I.
with the background that I have being in broadcasting, coming from that world, and it being a primarily dominated field, this was such
Rumor
a dream
has
come
it there's
true.
a lot of men in that field,
I
apparently.
don't know if you've heard about sports
I read
broadcasting.
some about it, yeah.
Which to
I
be
can
fair,
relate with the music, okay?
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
And comedy, television, writing, all of television.
Which,
Hollywood.
again, don't get me
Yeah,
wrong, our
yeah.
male allies.
Yes.
are the
We
reasons
love
that
them.
Love
we're
you.
Here.
I have
we
a
love
great
them,
dad
for sure.
and
Yes,
sons.
we love our fathers. We're big
Exactly.
fathers. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So love them, but also like to have the opportunity
Yeah.
to really have your own studio, your own platform, and like it was so hard to really fight for women's sports to be like a lead in
Yeah.
a local market, and
Yeah.
so to get a chance to be the lead to focus on women's sports.
Yeah.
Oh, what a dream come true.
And as an ex-athlete, I imagine when you were, because you're badass. I mean, you did my dream.
thank
You
you.
played football
I did. I played women's professional football in Dallas.
in Dallas, number
Yes.
59.
What position were you?
89.
No? 89,
close. I
almost.
was slot receiver and running back.
I'm so impressed.
So was really
Girl.
proud of my kick return skills, but may have had a few touchdowns here and
How
there.
fun
Because
is that?
we both had
Yeah.
dads who love football, and we love football so
Yes.
much. So the
So,
fact that go.
Sorry, are women's is women football still happening?
Yes, the WNFC is actually
Yeah.
still very vibrant, and Odessa Jenkins is the head of the league, and the Kansas City Glory is right here in KC.
No, we
Wow.
have one.
Yeah, so if you guys
Wow.
get a chance
KC
to go out,
Glory.
Wow.
look, plug for you, Casey Glory.
Come
I got
on,
you.
I
So
dig
when
that.
you were playing, did you ever think that, I mean, people were interviewing you and
Yeah.
stuff. Was there anyone in sports broadcasting that you kind of admired, female or male, that you were like, hey, when was the first spark for you of, hey, maybe I want to be behind the camera on some of this, or front of the camera
front of the
about
camera,
this,
yeah.
but not playing?
It actually was while I was playing. There was an incredible sports director, sports reporter in the Dallas area. Her name was Gina Miller. She's now head of PR
Nice.
for the Dallas MLS team. So
Nice.
shout out to her. But her and her team would come out and cover our games or do stories on us. And one of them said, I come into work every day with a smile because I love covering sports.
Yeah.
And I thought, that's what I want to do. I want to be
Yeah.
able to tell these stories that most people don't traditionally get to hear.
Because I believe my whole life the stories are everything. And what do you believe that the storytelling, like that we're going to do here at the studios, what do you believe the impact can be on the community?
Oh, I think it's going to be huge because we don't get a chance to hear from the female athletes. And whether that's the Kansas City Current or whether that's athletes at UMKC or at KU,
Right.
getting those chances, or even the KC Glory, like
Yeah.
getting those chances to tell those stories and really empower women and even women broadcasters. Because one of the goals that the three of us have talked about
Yeah.
is eventually having some boot camps here and
Amen.
having an opportunity for women to come in and learn this craft so
Yes.
that they can help tell the next generation of stories. for
Because
broadcasters.
women have always had the talent, they just didn't have the access to it. And now the access is here.
So the KC people would know you from your television time that you've done. Tell me about how
Yeah.
much television you've done.
So I've actually been in the broadcasting world, or was in the broadcasting world, for a little over a decade. I was the sports director over at KCTV5 for about
Sports
6 years.
director, not,
Sports
not women's sports
Director.
director.
No,
sports
just
director.
sports
And
director.
would that be
that?
the first women's sports director of
I mean,
television? television station,
Hello.
possibly?
You could say that here in Kansas City. I've broken
Yep.
a lot of barriers,
Yeah.
that being one of them.
You had to be thrilled with that, and your parents, your whole family. Come on,
parents
that's
don't
badass.
say
My
about
parents,
parents.
my mom especially, was
Yeah.
a single mom for a long time.
Yeah.
And so she was
Yeah.
very, very proud, is very proud of what
And
we're
I'm
doing
going to
here.
cry here, but your daughter's going to look back on this and go, "Oh man,
Are you trying to get me to
I
do
know.
that?
I
How
can't
much
help
longer
it.
do we have,
We just-
Producer
Right.
Morgan?
We
got
just
30
got off a
minutes.
tour bus. I can't believe I'm making sense, but yeah, no, it's a beautiful, beautiful legacy to leave.
And then the Casey Current came and grabbed you for this. They said, you, bam. Okay, I want to know, this is a women's sports broadcasting center. So tell me about, I want to know every team, women's team, sports team here in Kansas City. Because I know
my
there's more
gosh.
than I don't even know.
I mean, look, you could go through all of the college teams, which also were huge proponents of, Mizzou, KU, K-State, shout out. Park University is not very far from us.
Amen.
Over at Riverside, UMKC is a wonderful partner. We have the KC Diamonds, who's a women's professional softball team.
Yes.
Oh,
we have
yeah.
the KC Glory, who's the WNFC team here in Kansas City.
Wow.
Obviously, you have the Kansas City Current. So
Woo.
shout out, living it up, trying
Yeah.
to knock out all of the sports across the board. And it's just so fun also to see how we empower each other.
Yeah.
And I think that's really cool and a testament to not only Kansas City, but also just to women's sports in
Yeah.
that, like, you guys have done it with this broadcast studio and stepped in and all boats rise. We feel like doing the same for women's sports and other teams here is very important as well.
And naturally, I think with all the colleges you have around here, I can imagine a lot of young women who want to go into journalism, that there might be future internships in here. And this is part of the boot camp we talked about and all that. Just again, for women to be able to learn this is really, I'm so excited.
Yeah, we also have a really cool opportunity where our Kansas City Current 2 is a development team, and we've been bringing in college students to be able to call those games and help with the production behind the scenes.
They
And
get
so-
practice that early. That's
Yeah.
great.
And then the next thing you know, we can highlight high school women's.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's
Which is
cool.
where we all got our
Yeah.
start.
Absolutely.
I remember I had 1979, 1978, Leavenworth High School, go Pioneers.
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out. And for one day, they let us think we had a powder puff football team.
My high school
Girls.
too, once
for
a
one
year.
day.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
they came and said, no, we can't do that.
They didn't
I
even let you
know.
play a game?
They did. I was going to be quarterback, too. I was very
I have no
excited.
doubt. I bet you're a badge above quarterback. Yes.
Well,
Breaking down those
quarterback,
covers
so
and
I had to be a
defenses.
rock star because I couldn't be a quarterback. So,
Well, let's be
I
honest.
chose
All
that.
football players want to be rock
Danny,
stars.
we got to wrap it up, girl.
Oh my
Thank
God!
you so
This has
much.
been such a joy to
Oh,
do with you, and
thank
we're
you.
excited for what's coming.
Good luck with everything here. It's so exciting. I
And
look
you've
forward
left
to
an amazing
talking to
legacy
you
for
a
your
lot.
daughter. So
you
we're
so
done making each other cry.
Okay,
Maybe.
Danny Welniak.
Yay!
Thank you, ladies.
Yay! Thank you.
We'll be back. Hey, welcome back to KC Baby Studios grand opening day. We're doing interviews all day long. My name is Melissa Etheridge. I'm a rock star, I know, but today I'm here at the KC Current Studios, the first day, and we are talking to huge women in women's sports, huge women that have broken down doors and are doing amazing things. And right now we have Kathy Nelson, the president of the KC Sports Commission. And I'm saying not just women's sports, the Sports Commission.
Because your reason the World Cup was here.
Well, I was part of the team.
No, I'm giving you
we're
full
saying you
credit.
did.
We're
We're
giving you
saying
full
you did.
credit.
Appreciate that, but there were a lot of us involved.
But how thrilled were you with the results?
Oh, it was so exciting to watch KC
Wasn't
the whole
it?
time because
It was
I
thrilling.
was all around the world watching you guys, and I'm like, that's my town.
Yeah.
When what was it, 35,000 Dutch
Yes.
were
Yes.
parading. I still get goosebumps. So I'm just so excited.
How did it all feel for you?
You know, it's still a little surreal, and I'm actually sad that it's over. It feels like 10 years of work, actually closer to 11 years of work, and then boom, it was gone. But man, I've traveled the world for my job, and hearing everyone talk about us on a whole and completely different global stage is unreal. And to know that everything sports in Kansas City is driving that energy is very special.
And we really believe you are on your way to becoming America's soccer city.
We love that.
Absolutely.
Soccer capital of the
Absolutely.
world.
Soccer capital.
Yes.
That is super cool.
Yes.
So
Yes.
besides soccer, you're
Yeah.
also just everything around this city, right? And there's a lot going on.
There's a lot. So I have two jobs. I serve as president CEO for the Sports Commission and also for Visit KC, which is our tourism arm for the city. So a lot of travel. I just returned from 2 weeks on the West Coast working with U.S. Travel, Destinations International on how do we really attract more people to Kansas City. And the World Cup certainly has opened that door quite wide. It's opened the garage door, not just the front door.
garage door, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
everyone come in and see what we're about.
Well, being
garage
married to a
doors.
rock star, we talk about this all the time. There's such a natural connection between music, food, sports.
Yes.
And to see what's happening here, what Chris and Angie have done, is so exciting because it's our
Yes.
favorite things are all here in this spot. A place you can come watch sports, you can eat, you can hear music. Who
I'm gonna
rumor
be
has
doing
that
some
you're playing
music
tonight.
tonight.
Yes,
Yeah.
and Chris's birthday party. That was
were you
fan-
there?
I was
Oh,
there.
that was-
That was a
all right.
fantastic music
Okay,
surprise.
did you know she was singing at Chris's?
I did not.
That
That
was
was,
so
a
much fun.
lovely surprise.
That was really great.
and the
He didn't know
guitar
either.
inside the club is
know.
very
Oh,
special.
it's very nice. I
Yeah.
love
Please tell
that.
everyone what you sang. You sang Chris's favorite song,
Chris's
which
favorite
is
song. If you could ask Melissa Etheridge to sing any song for you, what would you ask? I sang Margaritaville.
And you sang it quite well.
I killed it.
And,
Yes,
and
you
then
did.
Pitbull came out, and
then-
it was amazing. It was the coolest night.
quite
It
the
was
party.
really
night.
fun. Hey, I
Now,
know.
are you from Kansas City?
Born and raised
Oh,
in
so
Kansas City.
this means a lot.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And grew up as an athlete. I mean, had every opportunity to play. My
What high
dad,
school were you?
Winnetonka, north of the river, just a few minutes
I don't
from
think
here.
Leavenworth
Really
played
close to here.
Winnetonka ever.
No,
We
no,
were in
just a
different
little
leagues,
bit.
right?
Honey,
yes,
unless you were
yes.
incarcerated, nobody kind of went to
Hey, now.
Leavenworth. Anyway,
Hey now, easy on Leavenworth.
Let's
Leavenworth
kinda-
rocks.
yeah.
Leavenworth rocks.
Okay,
agreed.
so I didn't
Yes.
bring my Oscar. I'm sorry. If had I known, I'd have brought
Yes.
or one of my Grammys.
or your Heisman.
But-
So this is a
What is
pretty
that?
special.
'Cause that's
This is a
beautiful.
Telly Award. And my background is in television and production. I have 27 plus years of production background into TV studios. So this is actually for Timwa. Last year at our Kansas City Sports Commission Sports Awards, we were able to honor her as the Athlete of the Year. And we told her story, and we really told more of the story about what she does for fresh water in her home
Malawi,
country.
yeah.
Yes, in Malawi. So we then submitted that thinking it was such a good story, such an emotional of here's this amazing athlete, superhuman athlete, and what she does to give back to her community. So we submitted it and actually won a record-breaking 7 tellies with this story, a little 4-minute story on Timwa that we produced here in Kansas City. And then on top of that, it won a People's Choice, which is the top award you can receive. So I made sure that we had an extra. I purchased an extra one. I'm
now
like,
I
I'm
feel
bringing
bad.
it today
That's
because it's
beautiful.
so special for her.
Okay, that
That
represents
is-
everything we're talking about
Yes,
storytelling and how
yes.
I'm a big believer that life is about stories.
That's exactly right.
And having been in production all these years, you first heard about these studios. I mean, I know you already knew about the stadium, but then this came up. What did you feel?
Well, I grew up in a television production truck. I actually have produced many NFL games, NASCAR, NBA, college sports, and typically I'm the only female in that
Amen.
TV truck.
We
Isn't
know.
it fun?
So this is very special to me because we need more of us.
Yes, yes.
Because the attention to detail, and not that our male counterparts don't, but there's just a different way about someone in a television truck in his TV studio that we just get stuff done.
Yes.
And I think my background, and then when all of this happened, very emotional to think that everything I learned through television has really played a role in my success now in my career.
Wow. That's just
I know. We love that.
I know when we first came here and we walked down the hallway and saw the Title IX wall.
Yes.
See, I get choked up even talking about it.
She did a video for me, and we did it in front of the Title IX wall.
Aww.
And we talked to Chris and Angie, and really the athletes or maybe the VIPs are the only ones that get to see it.
Right.
And we're hoping that they'll maybe put it on
A
the
mini one
outside
out here,
now, so
'cause
you or
That's
maybe
what
in here somewhere.
mothers and fathers want to take pictures with their sons and daughters in front
Right.
of because
I mean, I don't
Oh,
know your
yeah.
age, but were you?
she's younger than us, honey.
But
Everybody
not much.
is younger.
Not
Everybody's
much,
younger
no,
than
not much.
But remember when
Yeah.
that came
Absolutely.
Oh,
I
it's
played
huge.
on my brother's baseball teams, you know. So the door had been a little open as I started to play, but there weren't basketball teams, not until I made into high school. So it's a big deal. And this opportunity of exposing more females to what this role is and can be is so critical for us all to succeed.
You know what it takes away is that old feeling. I remember because I was quite the softball. No, I wasn't. But I loved sports. I loved them more than anything. But that feeling of we were taking up the guy's space because now we're playing on the field, that's gone. This place is built for women, not just the stadium, but the studio. And so for us TV ladies, it's fun to go, okay, the youngins can come now, and let's do this. There is a place at the table. And you
Absolutely.
even built the table.
I love that.
My father was a basketball coach at Leavenworth High School. In the '60s, he won state, and there's a little trophy in the high school with him. But through his career, he was the athletic director at Leavenworth High School, and then his last few years there, he coached the women's basketball team. And he took them to state, and by that point, I was already playing, and he told them, if we win state, I will take all of you to my daughter's concert. And he did.
Oh.
And they all
Where was
came.
the concert?
It was at the Memorial
Yeah,
Stadium. Yeah, it was there. And so I just have such just a wonderful spot. And the thing always was that once the women went through high school and college, that was it. And now there's more, and
There's
they get
careers.
to see it.
Yes. Quick side story of my dad opening a door. So I played 8th grade basketball at a small parochial school, and the girls always got on the bus right after school on a Friday, and we went to wherever we were playing and played our game. Because we are such a small school, we then were required to stay and cheer for the boys, which was fine.
Okay.
I'm not exactly that cut, but that's fine. We left our jerseys on and put, different skirt on over our shorts and cheered for the boys. And I overheard my dad, who is now passed, but I overheard my dad telling our principal, look, here's the deal. If these girls, who are quite good athletes, have to stay and cheer for the boys should
have
be
to
on the bus after school, and they should be in the stands cheering for the girls. And that next Friday,
No.
the boys team was on the bus with us, and from there on out, all through 8th grade.
How
so
proud
I am
were you of your
determined-
dad at that
so
moment? Come
now I
on.
think back on it and wish I would have said something to him that, hey, I heard you
Yeah.
tell the principal
I
this.
think it's important that people understand that we're here talking about women's sports, and we are very pro women's sports, pro women, but it doesn't mean that anything against men. No. I find that the successful women have wonderful relationships with their dads.
Absolutely.
And then that's a really
And that's what we see
important
here when
part.
we come to games. To see, full all families, but you see a lot of daughters and their fathers here at the
Yes.
game, and
Kathy,
that is.
thank you so much. Thank
Oh,
you
we're
so
out of,
much.
this
just-
went by so fast.
I'm going to see you around.
Yes.
We're gonna
well, now we're
do
friends,
lots.
so you're
I
stuck
love
with us.
So
that.
proud
Yeah.
of you. So
Thank
just
We'd like you to
lights
stay for
me
the
up.
rest of the podcast and cheer for us.
We love that. And thank you for what you do to give back to Kansas City. As
we
someone
l-
that sells Kansas City to
Yeah.
the outside world, I am grateful. So,
So
thank you.
excited for Casey. Casey, baby. We'll be right back. Hello and welcome back to the KC Current Studios, KC Baby TV. That's what we're doing. You doing okay, huh?
I'm
We're
doing
we're
great. I'm having a
This
blast.
is so
All
exciting.
these
We're
amazing
meeting
women
such
we're talking to.
amazing women, and we have with us Fernanda Silva, and you are a reporter at KSHB. And you are from Brazil?
And you got your master's here. Well, no, not here. We're in Missouri, but in Kansas.
Yes.
Yes,
Grew up in
yes.
Kansas.
Such an honor to be here with you guys. So thank you so much for having me. This is so exciting. This is awesome. The studio looks amazing, and so happy to be sharing this space and time with you guys.
Absolutely.
I got to tell you, when I read that you speak 4 languages, I was like, oh my gosh, I only speak 1. She's so smart. But I'm thrilled. I want to know your story. Like what? There goes the train. I love that sound. Don't you love
Tim
that
Wan
sound?
just scored.
So Brazil to school here in the States.
Yeah,
What was that
so
journey?
That started 13 years ago when I have a twin sister, and my twin and I have always dreamed about what it would be like to go to high school in the U.S. So we started bothering our parents, saying, please, help us.
Really young.
And, and
Wow.
we were learning English already, so
Yeah.
we just wanted to, practice and have the real life experience.
Yes.
So in 2013, we were exchange students in Shawnee, Kansas. And then we were here for a semester. I was here. She was in Hallsville, Missouri, which is a tiny town north of Columbia. And we both had very different experiences as exchange students, but incredible experiences. My host family was amazing. Her host family was incredible. And then during the pandemic, I went back to Brazil, was working and studying, went to journalism school in Brazil, was working, covering sports for 7 years, and then during the pandemic, and this is the short version of the story, I applied to go to KU. And then KU gave me a scholarship, and we're paying my tuition and a salary, so I came back and have been here since, and it was an incredible, incredible experience.
Oh my God.
What now? You did a thesis on foreign correspondence in the United States.
Yeah.
What was that like? That obviously your experience, but I'm still blown away about your journey. So
Thank you.
what made you do? Why was that your thesis?
That's a good question. I think just being a person from another country in the U.S., I just wanted to see what was the experience of other journalists in the United States who are from other countries. Honestly, today I cover local news here in Kansas City, but I never really thought that could be a possibility. Having an accent, being from another country, I was like, maybe that's not even a possibility. And I always saw the other possibility to continue doing what I love, kind of being a foreign correspondent. So it was a way of getting to learn more about what I saw as a possibility for me in the future. But thankfully the words aligned, and here I am now.
It looks like you're really in love with Kansas City.
I love Kansas City.
Yeah.
So 13 years ago as an exchange student, I already loved it. And then when I moved back here to go to KU, I was going to KU, but I was living in Kansas City with my now husband and commuting every day.
So you met him here,
Yeah.
or in Kansas at school?
That's part of the long story.
Okay.
We met on Tinder.
All right.
When I was still in Brazil.
As you do now.
So then
This is going to be a great Netflix
Yes,
movie.
this is great. So the kind of longer version of the story was I loved my career in Brazil, and I love my family. Everybody's still there.
Yeah.
My friends. I didn't want to leave everything behind only for the love of my life.
Yeah.
Even though I knew it would work, I was afraid of, just what if I leave everything that I love and have built so far.
Yeah.
For one person. So that's when I applied to go to KU. Because then I'm like, then best case scenario, I'm going to have a husband and a master's. Worst case scenario.
Smart woman right here. Smart, really smart.
Worst case scenario,
Yeah.
I'm going to have a master's and then I'm
Yeah.
going to go back to Brazil, and that's okay as well. But obviously, I wanted to work with him, and we did. So we're married now.
Wow. What's his name?
Andrew Johnson.
Hello, Andrew
He's
Johnson.
watching us, I'm sure. My in-laws are probably
Andrew.
watching
She's
us.
amazing.
So hi to everyone.
So what do you think, and what did you think when they started building this stadium for women's sports for this amazing team, and then started building this broadcasting studio for women's sports? How'd that make you feel?
Just amazing. So in Brazil, I was covering sports for 7 years, but mostly men's soccer, because Brazil is a soccer country, but it's a country where women couldn't play soccer for 40 years, and that was the law.
Lord
in
and
the
Taylor.
country.
Really?
So until 79.
Okay.
So it is a country where women's soccer is still growing and
a little
developing.
behind,
It's,
okay. Yeah.
You know, it's much better now than it was 10 years ago.
Sure. Yeah.
But it still needs to grow.
Yeah.
And just seeing this happening here in Kansas City, when I first moved here, I was like, you know, maybe I'm gonna shift a little bit things, and I'm not gonna be covering sports as I was in Brazil. And then I moved to Kansas
Here
City,
you
and then
are.
here I am,
It was
and I
meant
just
to be.
love it, and it's just
Wow.
just such an amazing time to
Do
be
you
here.
talk to some of the players from Brazil?
Oh,
that are on?
yeah, I
Tell,
was,
tell us about the Brazilians.
Well, let me tell you all.
Yeah, she knows.
But just this week, when we were playing the media game
Yeah.
here, Lorena, who is now currently
Oh.
playing because of
Right.
her injuries,
Right.
but we were just talking and having a great time. I mean, we have our language in common,
Yeah.
but we have kind of like our histories and our paths
Yeah.
in
Yes, how
some
nice.
different ways, but are similar.
So we have to brag on our oldest daughter. She went to Columbia University and decided to study Portuguese
amazing.
because it's the fourth most spoken language, I think, in the world. And she goes,
Yeah.
and she ended up she's been to Brazil. I've never been to Brazil.
We never have. So if we go, will you go take us?
100%. Just let me know when. I'll
Okay.
be there with you guys. I'm going in September of this year if you want to join me on my trip.
Amazing. Oh my God.
I think I have a few things to do. But tell us about KSHB and what you're doing over there.
Yeah, so I'm a reporter covering local news here in Kansas City. So it's everything that happens. Geographically speaking, I cover the city of Liberty, but it's everything that is happening around the town.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, election night, so a lot of coverage
Oh, there's
focused
that.
Yeah.
on that as well. This
How about the
week.
World Cup? Did you get to?
I honestly was just pretty much covering the World Cup during the World Cup.
Yeah.
I said that it
Wow.
was, growing up in Brazil,
Yeah.
I've been passionate about the World Cup for my entire life. And then suddenly I have the opportunity of showing Kansas City what the
Wow.
World Cup is all about, but showing the World Cup what Kansas City is all about.
Yes.
So
That's
it was
it.
Yes.
just an incredible, special moment.
Kansas City's built for that.
Oh,
I mean,
it is.
really, and we've been talking about how it can be the soccer capital of the United States. Absolutely.
It's just amazing.
Yeah.
It's just like it's a dream come true to have the World Cup here in Kansas City, and now hopefully the Women's World Cup in
Yes.
2031. So,
Yeah.
Well, I'm
wow.
very, very proud of Kansas City, having grown up in Leavenworth, right next to Fort Leavenworth. We had a lot of international students, so it has just been a pleasure to speak to an international reporter right here. I hope to see you around.
Well,
and,
now we're friends because we're going to Brazil
yes.
together.
Yeah, we're going to Brazil.
So,
So, Fernanda
but thank you
Silva,
for doing this with
thank you
us.
for
This has been a
stopping by here.
pleasure.
Thank you
Thank you,
so
guys.
much.
I
Yay.
appreciate you.
Casey,
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
We'll be right back.
Welcome back to
Welcome
KC
back.
Current Studios, KC Baby TV. It's Melissa Etheridge and my wife, Linda Wallum
Hola.
Etheridge. And we've been having so much fun just talking about KC, talking about sports. This interview now that we're about to do, we're really excited because this is a homegrown KC girl done good.
I believe she built what we're sitting in.
Yes, Courtney Kunkel. She owns Monarch owner. Did you hear that? Not just works for or is something for, owns. This is a woman, grew up here and went to school in Colorado, but came back and now builds amazing things. Did you really build the stadium?
I did.
Oh,
I did.
okay.
How fun was that? Tell us
So much fun.
when Angie and Chris said, we want to build a women's sports, a stadium for women's sports. What'd you do? Did you say
I
that
mean,
again?
hell yeah. Can I say that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, we started with the training center.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
So they bought the team like with zero notice.
Yeah.
And then we're so excited to, get going, and they had all these big dreams, and you probably know them well enough to know they work at lightning speed.
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I got a call. I'd known Angie, grew up here, obviously, with her, and she's like, I think you'd be a great fit because we want to work with women. Like that is part of their mission with KC Current. It was how many women can we work with, and not just owners, like actual
Yeah.
women doing the work.
Yeah.
And so it was important to them. It was always somebody who was really qualified for it. It wasn't gimmies, right? It wasn't. They didn't
Yeah.
just the token we'll hire a woman.
Yeah.
But it was pretty amazing call, right? I mean, transformational for my kid company.
How did you, I have to ask, falling in love with construction? Because it's a really cool, it's very specific world. When did you fall in love with it?
Probably when I got in it. So I'm actually an architect. So I went to school
okay.
for architecture. Ended up living in Denmark for 2.5 years, which is so ironic that that's where they own a team now.
I
too.
know.
I know.
Just when they bought that team, I went, was that for me? Did you buy me a team?
You guys are so generous.
And then when I moved back to Kansas City, which I kind of swore I'd never do, growing up,
Me too,
your
but
hometown,
I'm
you're
looking
like,
at it.
I packed up all my stuff. I'm
Yeah.
getting out of here. And you live away far enough, you too live
Yes.
away long enough, and you
Yeah.
go, that place was magical, and I didn't respect it.
Exactly.
And
exactly.
it's a very different
Yeah.
place today than it
Yes.
was even then.
Yes.
Well, Melissa used to say down by the river here, when
Oh,
you were a
you
kid,
never
you
went
never
to the
came
river?
down here.
When-
No.
This was not a safe place.
no,
to be
you.
sitting.
I mean, it wasn't even a thought. You didn't go down to the river. That's.
And
No,
look what,
you
I
look
know,
what's here
it's
now.
transformational now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
So-
then get to build the stadium was, I thought it was the pinnacle of my career,
What did you? The style of the stadium
So
is so
gorgeous.
cool, and you can see it from the bridges. And what was? Tell me when you sat down. Did they say we want this, we want that? I've never been an architect.
Yeah,
I'd like
well,
to know.
so I'm working as a contractor now, so that was
Okay.
the genius of the architecture firm.
Oh,
But I would
okay.
also tell you, this stadium was really built by Angie. I mean, every
yes.
single detail she was involved in. She meticulously researched everything around the world to find out what was out there, what was working, what wasn't working,
Yeah.
and how can they do it different. Her brain just is constantly churning on ideas,
Yeah.
still today.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is why it is what it is, because it was thought through very well by a woman.
We can tell that. Are you doing the extension now? The
TBD. We'll see.
Okay.
I mean,
okay.
you're putting in a
I'll
good
put
word
in
for
a
me.
good word for you. I think we're talking.
Is
to her
this
later.
the biggest thing you've ever worked on?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So my firm is just a local firm, so we just stay,
love it. I
within
love
the
that.
region, and I love it. I actually we tiptoed out into Iowa and went. I love Iowa, but
No.
that was a
Iowa's
little
got
too
their own
far.
thing happening.
Well,
Be here.
and when you want to provide a level of service, it's very hard to
Yeah.
do it when it's
So you're
5
down
hours
the
away.
street,
So
basically.
we're just here.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so absolutely the biggest project we've worked on.
Did you play sports as a kid?
Oh, so Angie and I played soccer together in high school.
Shut
I
up.
didn't make it past high school. I mean, I wasn't like her and played.
It's a
every
lot
sport
of
either.
running.
You did well.
But
You
yeah,
did okay.
yeah. So
You're
I
all
was
right.
I was a midfielder.
So you guys
growing
played
up.
in high school. That's
We did.
ama-
Yeah.
You went
She
to the
was our
same high school.
goalie.
What high school?
Really?
Which high school did you guys go to?
Shawnee Mission East.
Ah, Shawnee Mission East used to
Yeah.
always beat the pants off of Leavenworth. They just always. You guys
I mean,
always.
we were
you had
good.
a little
I
bit more
mean-
money than we did. You had a little better sports
Okay,
program.
that's what I love even more. That it's these are old relationships that you have. That's what means so
Yeah.
much when you're here at games. I imagine you're like, can you believe this?
Well, in Kansas City's, they say the, big small town or
Yeah.
whatever the
Yeah.
saying really is. it doesn't take much to get to somebody in Kansas City. I mean, that's 2 degrees of separation.
Yeah, yeah.
And people love helping each other in Kansas
They
City.
do.
We're just such a really good community.
Yeah.
Again, that I didn't respect when I grew up here.
You know what? When we're young, I don't. It's you, because same thing about my hometown. You go back and go, wow. No, now that I'm older and have some wisdom, it's a great place. And here you are now. Look where you're sitting.
Yeah,
right across
I
from the
know.
stadium. This is very cool. And I think not only to have the stadium and the studio, but to have it built by a woman is really exciting.
Did you build this?
Yeah, so we built this space too.
That
Not
we're
this
sitting
building.
in right
No,
now.
but
this
the space.
Yeah,
the
this
studio
space.
space.
Had you ever
And the
done a
stadium-
studio space before?
No.
Ooh,
I know.
You
That's
did
a first
great.
too. I mean, a
It's
lot
so
of firsts.
great.
Yeah.
It's so great.
But that comes to giving opportunity. I mean,
Yeah.
I think sometimes people say you haven't done it before, so you can't. Well, everyone has to do it the first time, right?
Exactly.
And so having people that say, hey, we're going to give you the chance. We're
Yeah.
going to let you build a stadium. We're going to let you build a production studio. I will disclaim, you should know that CPKC Stadium was done in joint venture with J.E. Dunn, who's the biggest construction company in Kansas City. But they
Shout out
were
to J.E. Dunn.
incredible
Yeah,
partners. Like,
yeah,
I just
great.
can't
Can
say
I just
enough
say
about
only
that
a woman
partnership.
would share
Yeah, I
credit? You're God bless you. Because anyway, that's awesome. It's very generous of you.
Do you
That's
see
really
any
sweet.
other opportunities? What kind of other opportunities for women are being born here and in Kansas City?
Oh my gosh, everywhere. Quick story about the opening of here, which will
Please,
get you
please,
there.
please.
So I was, for some reason, the inaugural match of Kansas City Current, or not the home opener, is always during spring break. I don't know why, but that's been unlucky so far. And
Yeah.
so for the inaugural match here, I was on spring break with my kids and my husband in Costa Rica, but I wasn't going to miss this.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I flew home a day early, and they left them behind. So bummer that I didn't get to, have that moment with them. But in lieu of that, I brought 3 business women that I just cherish and love and,
Yeah.
and do a lot of business with, and got to experience with them.
Come on.
So I think that made it even more special, that if it couldn't be with my family, that it was going to be with other business women that were
Yeah.
also helping build up the community and bringing up women and other women.
Amen.
And actually 2 of them work together now, which I think is so awesome. Yeah. So I think it's changed a lot. When I started in construction, there weren't a lot of women, so there weren't women bringing up women. I'm here today because of men, to be honest.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
men
yeah.
really
That's okay,
said,
too, yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see you succeed, so I'm going to invest in you. And I think now, 30 years later, it's so much more fun to see women also
Yes.
saying,
Yeah.
hey, somebody gave me a shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to give somebody else a shot, or another young woman.
How thrilling.
Well, we're going to be
to
spending a
talk.
lot more time in Kansas City, so we might have
I'm
other
glad.
things we want you to build for us.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm in. I'm in.
Courtney, just congratulations.
Thank
and
you.
Really,
I
a
wish
pleasure,
we had more
really
time because
inspiring.
this is fascinating. But
Yeah.
now we're friends, so we will figure this out.
I
We will
love
have a
it.
meal
Thank you
and
for
talk
building
more.
this, and thank you for everything you've done for KC. Be proud. Courtney Kunkel. I just love the name.
All right. Well, thank you for having me.
Monarch build.
Yep.
Monarch
Build.
KC Baby. We'll be right back. Welcome back to KC Baby TV. We are at the brand new grand opening today of the KC Current Studios. And we are here with KC Current's own in stadium talent, Lydia Taylor. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Thank you for doing this.
I am so excited to be here. I'm never the interviewee. I'm always the
funny?
interviewer. So I'm like, how do I prep for this?
Me too. I'm always the, never mind.
You're the one being interviewed.
Yeah. So this is great. Do you really, you work at Q104, right?
Yes, I
now,
do.
When I was here in late 70s, Q104, I remember when it first came on the air.
Top 40?
Top 40. Before that, we had KY 102.
Yeah,
It was
of
the-
course,
it was
of
the
course.
FM,
Legendary.
FM Stadium. And then when that came, it was like, wow, we get in the top 40 radio.
Yeah,
How exciting.
yeah.
And you grew up here, so
I
you
did.
grew up with all of this.
Born and raised in Kansas City.
Yeah.
Dream come true to be doing all this right here in my hometown. So
Yes.
And you
it's-
covered the Chiefs.
I haven't covered the Chiefs,
Oh.
but I could.
You could.
Because I'm
But
such
in
a
the
big fan.
But in the past, have you? But did I read that you have a big love of Andy Reid somewhere? Didn't
Oh,
I
I
read
love
that?
Andy Reid.
Isn't he the best?
He's the best. I mean, how could
Yeah.
you not love him? Love the Chiefs, love the Royals, love the Current.
And you loved that growing up too. You loved the Chiefs and the,
Oh
and
yeah,
the Royals.
yeah. Born and
then-
raised
yeah.
just a Kansas City sports fan, which is really kind of what got my
Mm-hmm.
love for sports and the interest of being in sports started.
So how did you feel
Yeah.
when you knew the KC Current, when Angie and Chris were building this stadium, making history,
Yeah.
building this stadium for a women's sports team? How did that just tell me about that?
Goosebumps still. Like seriously, our last home match on Saturday, I've been lucky enough to be the in-stadium host with the Current since day one out at Legends Field back in the day. KC Woso, now we're KC Current. And so it's been the craziest, amazing ride ever. Like I still get emotionally stirred every match. Like this last Saturday, like it's just, it overtakes you. It really does. So, I mean, it's been a joy to be a part of for sure.
We've been to a couple games here, and,
Yeah.
and I've met you and the fans. Let's just talk about the fans.
Totally.
The best fan. I mean, we just want to go have dinner with Teal Man. You know, he's super cool. What was great when I went there last time, I got to do the KC baby.
Yes,
I got to
absolutely.
do that. And he was like right next to me, and he's got his own keychain, right? He gave me that. And I drive around.
It's on our keychain all the
Los
time.
Angeles.
I mean,
But-
stuff like that. When you see that
Yeah.
passion from the fans, that's got to feel
Did
so
that
good.
just happen naturally?
Yeah.
Did everyone just start
Yeah.
supporting?
Totally. And it's something that I feel so much responsibility over because our fan base and our community is so prideful and so energetic and so joyful. And as the in-stadium host, I kind of get to be, a leader of that on
Yeah.
match day.
Yeah.
And it's like we have a supporter section full of incredible human beings, a stadium full of incredible human beings. So it's really humbling to be like, okay, I got to turn it up a notch because everyone else is turning it
Yeah.
up a notch,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just been so natural, just the love for this team. It's been so instant too. So yeah, it's just been really amazing.
When you were a kid, would you go to Royals games or Chiefs games? So
Oh yeah.
now you think of that little girl going to
Yeah.
those games. I mean, you never would think there would be a place like this.
Yeah,
And-
no, definitely not. I mean, I think about her all the time. I try to be present as much as possible
Yeah.
on every match day because, in this industry, you never know what's going to happen next. Could it be your last match day? Could it be your last season? Hopefully not, but I try to be present every time I'm here and think about, the little girl growing up who would absolutely be floored at what I
Right?
get to do.
Well, you're great at what you do because it's a
thank
blast
you.
when you're hosting the game here. It is just so much fun.
Thank you. I mean, like you guys said, it's the fans. They're incredible. So
So, what's your favorite? Or tell me some of the really fun people because you've had some crazy people go
yeah.
KC baby.
for
and-
sure.
Yeah.
I mean, well, of course, you
That was
brought
fun.
you brought the house down.
That was fun.
That was amazing. Gosh, we've had so many incredible people. Of course, Patrick Mahomes and Brittany Mahomes. That was so fun. We
Wow.
did that on the first inaugural match
Yeah.
here, and that day alone was just incredible. It was so surreal opening up CPKC Stadium with the whole fan base and everyone who worked so hard to make it happen. So, of course, the Mahomes, of course, Andy Reid. Whenever we get Chiefs or
come
Royals
on.
players out here.
I love when they show the rookies come out and they're all like screaming. It's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A couple of them didn't really understand soccer, and then they see Tim where they're like, "Oh, you gotta watch."
Oh,
that."
for sure.
Yeah,
They're like,
yeah.
can she come play for us?
That was
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah.
Is it true that it's all the games are sold out?
Oh, yeah. We are always
Wow.
sold out.
That's got to feel
That's
so
just,
good.
Oh,
Yeah, it is never not just energy packed.
Yeah.
There is no I've had the opportunity to get on a plane and go all over the country and do hosting work, and truly there is no place like CPKC Stadium.
Yeah.
Truly, like it is just
It's really its own island. It feels
is.
like
It
compared
is.
to we went to the Current game and we're
In Los
in Los
Angeles.
Angeles. They hate us because we current ourselves out.
head to toe.
And
Let's go.
And of course, the owners like come into the. And
Yeah.
So we
I
walk
We-
in
with
and
our
they're like,
current, and they give us
No.
shirts with our names on it. We're like,
you're like,
uh-uh.
sorry,
Right.
sorry.
We're
No,
wearing this.
I love it. Loyal to teal. You got
But
to.
we were there and we
Yes.
saw Temma and she smiled at us and we were like,
we are such
we're
Timwa
just fans of
Oh,
the whole
yeah.
team. It's just a remarkable
And
thing.
how great is it to see the team grow and
Yep.
get better? How do you think how do you think it's going this year?
Yeah, of course. I think we've been so spoiled over the last few years to
Yeah.
be so dominant. So I think this year, of course, there's a couple losses in there, which I think has been a little jarring here and there. But overall, we're still doing amazing.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
still in playoff
And it's a long
position.
season. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah,
And this
yeah.
team, what I love about them so much is it's just their chemistry, but also when they are here at CPKC Stadium, losing is not a choice, period.
Yeah.
It really is not.
Yeah.
And so I think that's another thing that really elevates the energy in the fandom is you feel that. You
Yeah.
know, like, hey, we have created a fortress. We have created something that is so undeniably home pitch advantage
Yeah.
that, yeah, of course.
You obviously really love your job.
I do. I genuinely do. When people are like, oh my gosh, you look like you're having a fun
Yeah.
time, I'm like,
Well, sure.
yeah. Like,
And you
this
got to know
isn't-
what an inspiration that is to all the little girls out there
Oh,
and
well,
boys who are
thank
watching
you.
going, hey, I can do what I love.
What do you think about our studio here?
You know what? The current never ceases to amaze me.
Yep.
It's one thing after another. Multiple things are always happening at once in terms of leveling up, and I think this is just
Wait till the
another-
amusement park gets up.
Oh, right?
Anyway.
yeah, exactly.
Thank you so much.
I wish we
Lydia
had more
Taylor.
time. You're just a
Yeah.
blast to talk to,
Oh,
and thank
well,
you.
thank
And
you guys so much.
we can't wait.
Buy
You're going to
your
see a lot of
tickets
us.
for next year because you'll have to.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
Lydia, we're just so excited, so
Yeah.
proud.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for
thank you
dropping
guys.
by.
And
Of
well
course.
Good
done.
luck with the
Thank
little
you.
one.
Yeah. When
Make
do
a
we?
little Casey baby.
Yes, baby.
KC
Yes.
Baby.
Let's go.
Thank you so much. We'll be right back. KC Baby. Welcome back to KC Current Studios. Brand new, big opening. KC, baby. We've got the amazing, CEO, Women's Leader in Sports Organization.
Let's go.
Which is the greatest CEO title ever,
really
by the
is.
way. I mean, how good does that
This
feel?
is Patty Phillips, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Thank you for being here with us.
Hello,
Thank
Patty.
you.
How about all this going on,
All
huh?
this is great. I mean, I'm a huge fan to be here at the KC Current, and anything they're doing is awesome. But to have you two here, and Melissa, especially you, come on.
And before we went to air, we found
honestly,
out some
thank
old
you.
history that you used to
You're-
hear her sing here.
It's
Oh,
amazing.
yeah, that's
Your interest in this, showing up all the time. We all saw you just recently, a couple months ago at Starlight, and you debuted the song.
Yes.
Yes.
Isn't that
Don't
perfect
you
for
want
women's
a woman?
sports,
Oh,
right?
Freaking love it. Yeah.
Use
You know,
it
now she
anytime.
opens her show. She comes out and it's quiet. The band hasn't even played a note. She comes out. They go nuts. She goes up to the mic and sings that a cappella, and then they
Don't
go
you
into
want
it.
a woman? Everyone's
Yeah.
like, "Wah!"
Yeah.
Yeah.
So don't
Yeah.
you? I mean, really, look what a woman did here.
It's
I mean, I know
unbelievable.
she's married, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, exactly.
Where are we going? Where are we going?
But, listen, to have someone of your stature
Thank you.
be involved in this only elevates it in a whole nother way. And I know you guys drove overnight to get
Yeah.
here from Red Rock. So thank you for being here.
My
We love Kansas
Pleasure.
City a lot and plan to
Yeah.
spend a lot more time here.
Yeah, a
Let's
few years
go.
ago we started kind of coming back here, and then when the stadium was built, I went, "Wait,
Yeah,
something's
it's
happening."
big.
Melissa
Something's
came and sang the
happening.
national anthem,
Yeah,
and
remember.
it was
Totally fell in love with
Fell in love with
everyone
it,
here,
everything.
and I was like, I need to, because I've always tried to help
Yeah.
KC Leavenworth where I come
Yeah.
from, and man, now it's just going, and it's so thrilling, and
It is.
this whole thing's been so exciting,
Yeah.
and this was actually my wife's brainchild. We were here a year ago when they were building it all, and Chris and Angie are now
Yeah,
friends.
yeah.
and she
no,
goes,
it was the first trip when you sang the national anthem.
Yeah, we just
Yeah.
met them.
Yeah.
And my wife's very bold. And she just said, "Hey,
Good work.
you should have like the first broadcasting studio for women's sports." And literally Angie goes, "Yeah, okay, we'll do that."
That's the thing with Chris and Angie.
They're amazing.
They actually do it.
amazing.
You should build the first training facility. They did it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
should build the
Yep.
first all-purpose stadium for a women's professional team. Boom,
Boom.
they did it. And you got to give them credit there. They actually make things happen.
They do. You know, we were talking about I'm getting so emotional first time here looking at the Title IX wall.
Yeah,
I'm sure for you
amazing.
too. It was
Oh,
like,
for sure, yeah.
wow.
And the opening, they had that group back for that opening that are on the Title IX wall.
yeah.
that
Wow.
Group. So yeah, they've certainly walked the walk, and it's been just amazing to be here in Kansas City every day and
Yep.
to see this grow and unfold the way it has.
Did you grow up here?
I did, yeah.
Oh, so
Kansas
this
City,
really
yeah.
means a lot.
We've seen every single one of your concerts in any venue, from Harris Casino to
haven't.
Starlight to the Kaufman.
To the Memorial.
Oh, every single one of
Auditorium
them.
to,
multiple, yeah.
I played. What was the Lone Star? That was my first gig
all
here.
of them, all of
Stop.
them. To the hotel that just freaking.
I know.
Yeah.
I used to play at when I played there. It was the Granada Royale
Yeah, yeah.
Hotel.
Oh, yeah.
And I was in the I was in the La Veranda Lounge.
Yeah.
With when I first got there, I was opening for Rhett and Scarlett. No lie, that's exactly who the duet was. And
I hope they're watching.
I know. Hi, Rhett and Scarlett. But come on, tell me how exciting it's been, and
It's been
tell
amazing.
me what you're doing. Tell me exactly here, like
Yeah.
in Kansas City and everything. What CEO woman
Yeah,
do?
Women Leaders in Sports. I mean, we're an organization that we're really a network and a community that supports, develops, and champions women that work and lead in sports.
Amen.
So, as a former athlete and coach, I'm a huge fan of women's sports. We're season ticket holders, the whole thing. We also. Not only do we love women's sports and the women playing, but the women behind the scenes
Amen.
working and leading. And Chris or Angie is
Yeah.
one of those,
Yes,
obviously, and all the women that work here at the KC
Yes.
Current. So those are the types of people that our organization supports at a very high level. But, to your question, being here and watching this unfold and
Yeah.
being the first,
Yeah.
it has been inspiring. I got chills. I think I had teared up the first time I walked into
Yeah.
the stadium.
Yeah.
These are things when we were all playing growing up, we never thought this was possible.
No, we were just
And
happy
it's
they let us
changed
use the boys'
everything.
field. Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
100%. It's
And when
changed
you say
everything.
how important it is behind the scenes, it's about leadership.
100%.
And that means for women to know it's not just what's going on in the field.
Yeah.
It's like all the women behind it.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of women out there, myself included, who I thought I was going to be a professional athlete. I was just
What
really
sport?
a little basketball and then lots of softball. But
Love
the
it.
truth was, I just wanted to be on stage, so that's why I was a theater major.
Yeah.
So, but for women now, and when I went on to do TV, to be behind the cameras, for women who don't play sports, are like, but I want to be around it. You can be a leader behind the scenes.
Well, you're right, and it's not only behind the scenes, as the shirt says.
Love
Women
your
leaders
shirt.
belong in
every
every
room.
room.
It's
Every
where
room.
you are influencing decisions. Whether
Amen.
you are the leader like Angie, but also we want women in the room influencing decisions, influencing conversations.
Yes.
That's how cultures change. That's how industries
Yes.
change. That's how organizations change.
So we're sitting here watching culture change
Yeah,
right here.
100%.
Tell me about the other women sports teams that are just coming up now here.
Yeah, well, in Kansas City, we actually have, women's professional softball that's
Amazing.
happening now.
I mean, that's a sentence. If you had told me back in 1974, I would
Yeah.
have sobbed. Like, wow,
Yeah.
wow.
We don't have a W team yet. That's always
Okay.
been on the
Oh, that's
horizon.
crazy.
It'll happen.
But across the board, in our country, the growth of women's sports, the Professional Women's Hockey League
Yeah,
is really
it's
taken
undeniable.
off.
Yeah.
And that momentum has got to be fueling, what we say, and you'll remember this. Well, you both will. When Title IX passed, and
Mm-hmm.
at that time there were women in athletic departments and women coaching women's teams, and then Title IX passed, and it became a bigger deal with the NCAA, and then all the guys came in,
Yeah.
and they were coaching women's teams, and then they were running the athletic departments. So with this momentum around women's sports, we want to make sure we're talking about the women that made it happen.
Yes,
The
yes.
women that were part of these organizations that are pushing the boulder up the hill, they need to stay in those leadership roles.
Do you have some heroes from back then that you?
I need some
you-
water. See what I did there? I got one.
Okay.
I mean, am I right? Was it 50 years ago?
Yeah, it was more than 50 years
No,
ago.
it's
52 now.
Wow.
52.
Wow. Wow. Because we were young. It meant a lot. Did you have heroes back then that
Oh,
you?
100%.
Yeah.
Gosh, I came up in the Title IX area. I was
Yeah.
born in 65, so in
Yeah.
72, I was just getting opportunities. So
Yeah.
the 99ers in soccer, I think that's a group that we all
man.
relate to.
Yep.
And there always has to be a first, and that's how momentum gets started.
Yeah.
And then people, everybody needs to jump on board. But I will tell you, Chris and Angie, what they jumped in and bought a team and treated it like a business from the get-go,
Yep. Yeah.
not a women's team, like a business
Yes.
that happened to be a women's team. And it's been unbelievably profitable, and it has, generated energy and enthusiasm in our community like nothing else. And it's because they came in
Yeah.
and believed in it as a viable product, which women's sports are.
They
and
are.
the women leading in sports need to be acknowledged for that as well.
Yes.
You heard it from Patty Phillips right here, CEO of Women Leaders in Sports Organization. What's the next thing? What's right now?
Well,
that
next
you're
thing
doing
she's
that
doing,
you're
she's going to
excited?
come hear you sing.
I'm going
Oh,
to come.
wow.
I'll be in the front row tonight, so don't forget me. And then we've got a big event in Chicago coming up in October. We actually host a national convention. Actually, last year we were in Kansas City. We wanted you to sing for us.
Where was I?
You were on tour because we checked it all out. But we're in Chicago.
come back.
It's
We'll do
only 1,200 women that work and lead in sports.
Holy
we are your
smokes.
people.
It's in
They
Chicago.
would love
When?
it. It's in
When is
Chicago,
that?
October 12th through the 14th.
Wonderful.
So
Well,
how about
maybe
that?
we'll see
You
if we can
never
make
know.
it work. You
You
never know.
Well, I grew up around there in Rockford, Illinois,
yeah?
so
Chicago
we
girl.
go
It's
see my dad all the
perfect.
time. So I'm just saying, you never know.
You heard it here first.
Thank you so much.
Thank you both. Yeah, it's
Look
an honor
forward to
be
seeing
here.
you around
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah,
Thank you.
this was
All
awesome.
right.
Thank
Yeah,
you so
thanks
much.
so much.
So,
We'll be
Patty
right-
Phillips, thank you so much. We will be right back. You're at the KC Current Studios grand.
You're doing
opening.
great on
I'm
these.
just
in-
loving it.
Way to
it's
go.
great.
I'm
Great
loving
job.
this KC baby.
KC,
We'll
baby.
be right back. Welcome back to the KC Current Studios. It's not even, we're just opening
so
up
excited.
today. It's a brand new grand opening. We're feeling great. I'm Melissa Etheridge. This is my wife, Linda Wallum. And we
Hello.
have with us, very exciting,
A sports director.
a sports director,
A
Marlia
female sports
Campbell.
director.
Now, this would be the second female
Sports director that we talked today.
KC
Oh,
team.
you know how
exciting that is?
this-
Danny Wellniak.
Yeah, exactly.
Danny wanted me to
Mentor
make
of
sure you
mine.
knew that you were the second
love
sports
it.
director.
Now, you grew up in Kansas City.
I did. Yeah, Lenexa right down the road. Grew up watching Channel 5. Too.
And now you
KC
work
TV
there.
5,
Yeah.
which I used to watch.
Oh, no
Wow.
way.
Yeah, I grew up in
I
Leavenworth.
love hearing that.
I
Yeah.
grew up in Leavenworth, and then
Yeah.
now Casey, and you're the sports director. Awesome. Which and we're again not women's sports director. This is the sports director, and KC Sports. There's nothing more on fire than KC Sports. How fun is that?
I'm a little biased, but this is the best sports market in the country, right? I mean,
Right.
all the opportunities that we have here, all the teams we have here, and all the first, specifically for women's sports, what we've been able to cover the last couple of years has just been
And
so
you
cool.
played basketball in Wyoming.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
What did you play?
I played basketball.
Which position?
Oh, I played like a 4, swing 4
Okay.
a little bit back in my day. Man, that feels like a long time ago.
And back then, were you thinking in the back of your head, maybe someday I'd like to do broadcasting?
You know, I knew I wanted to go into journalism when I was in 5th grade. My sister brought home her high school newspapers,
Oh,
and I
come
thought it was
on.
the coolest thing ever.
Right?
Started reading the funnies with my morning cereal from the Casey Star. Eventually graduated to the sports section, and always knew I wanted to write. And
Yeah.
so I applied for a producer job in my first market, and my eventual boss, John Janes, said, well, would you be interested in doing something on air? And I said, well, I have zero experience on air. Well, he watched my college basketball press conferences and said, okay, she can talk in front of a camera, and gave me my first shot. Yeah.
Now that's
Come
great. We have
on.
met a handful of women who gladly will say it was a man who gave me this opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's really exciting. Tell me how you felt here in Kansas City when you knew that the Longs were buying the KC soccer team and that they were going to build that stadium. How'd you feel?
You know, I was here the day of the groundbreaking.
Ah.
I saw the first shovel go into the ground, and I remember that day, we had seen the renderings, but being like, man, I'm here for something really special.
yeah.
And Kansas City has been on the forefront of this for a long time, but, you know, when I grew up in Kansas City, there wasn't a professional sports team, period, that we could look up to. And so many women, the majority of them in this building today, can say that. And so now it's the norm for these
It's
girls
the
to see
norm.
professional women's athletes here in Kansas City lifted up, poured into with not just support but infrastructure like the building we're sitting in right now.
And I do believe you did your thesis
Yeah.
about Trailblazers of women's sports, and it's Title IX at 50.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we were talking earlier about seeing that Title IX wall that they have here. It's very emotional. What did that feel like when you saw it?
It is. So I wrote my master's thesis on Title IX and did a lot of historical research to get to where I was. But what I found was the conference I played in, the Mountain West, wasn't complying by Title IX in the social media space, which is a new kind of frontier, especially when I graduated in 2018.
Yeah. Oh.
And so are we promoting women's sports in the same way we are men's sports, in an equitable way? And the answer in my thesis argued no.
Yeah.
And then in Topeka, I did a series called The Trailblazers of Women's Sports in Kansas. I did a different weekly feature on a woman who's pushed the needle forward in some way.
And you won an Emmy.
Yeah, it was really special.
How great is that? I can't say that. I've never won an Emmy, but that's so great.
Those conversations were so cool. And I tell people, I interviewed women ages, I think, 89 to like 22.
Wow.
And the takeaways I got were, one, this is all really recent. The NCAA didn't adopt women's sports until 81, and it was a fight to get there.
Wow.
And two, it took a lot of women to get to where we are today, and now it's our job to pick up the baton and keep going. And the Current have taken the baton and sprinted forward. It's really cool.
Well, it's so great to have you here, because one of the dreams and one of the intentions of this studio is to also give players and give any woman who really is thinking about sports broadcasting and giving them, internships and just really bringing people through here and teaching them and telling them. So I hope we'll have you come in and help. But it's really exciting because, she's got a for real job, like a big job in a television studio right there. And it's going good, right?
Thank you. I love it. I tell people it's not even my dream job, because I would have never dreamed that.
Well, you're like this one. She says, I don't work every day. I've never had to work
that's
a day
exactly
in
it.
my life.
And sometimes you sit back and you're like, how did I get into this chair? It's cool. It's really special. Yeah.
Wow. Well, and I am a firm believer that I think having been on television sets all my career, and again, I love all the men I worked with. I did very much. But there weren't a lot of women on sets. And athletes especially are built to be a part of this, whether it's production or in front of the camera. I mean, you're a natural. How fun that he watched you take, because you can tell. I know, because I've cast people, because there's an energy that comes up. I'm like, yeah, let's go.
Oh, it's really kind.
You don't have to go to a deep school. You just be you, because it can be a little weird thing being on camera a little bit, but you're great at it. And this is really exciting.
Really
and I think sky's the limit for you.
Thank you.
So how do you think the Chiefs are going to do, huh? Give me some hope
I'm
this
just
year.
kidding. I've been at training camp the last 3 weeks.
Right.
Patrick Mahomes looks really good.
Right.
I'll
right.
say that.
Every time he runs, don't you just go,
Beta
watch
breath.
out.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
know.
There's like
Oh my
the
God.
Mahomes knee cam everyone
Wow.
has at camp, but he seems like he's doing well, which is
Wow.
good news.
Good. And how do you think the Current's doing?
Man, I am so excited for this club. I mean, the
Yeah.
potential, the ceiling is through the roof.
Yeah.
The support this city has had for this club through highs and lows has been incredible. We've been fortunate to have more highs than lows here in
Yes.
Kansas
Yes.
City.
Yeah.
And man, to be able to watch, when I talk about being part of special moments, Temwashawinga and what she's been able
Amazing.
to do. It's one of those
Amazing.
things where, in 50 years we'll be able to say, I remember when I was
She's
Yeah.
a
watching
generational
Temwashawinga."
player. Yeah.
Generational
Yeah.
talent.
Yeah.
Really can't
Yeah.
talk enough about her. She is
Yeah.
amazing. How the Royals doing?
Room for improvement, right? But hey, I tell people one of my first memories was running the bases at the K with my dad when I was like,
come on.
Remember
5.
that? Remember that?
Yeah, there's a picture.
I remember that stadium got built.
Yeah. Oh wow.
I
Yeah.
know, I've been
agree.
here.
Wait, you have a
Yeah, a
picture
long
of
time
that?
ago.
You running the bases?
Yeah, I do.
Come on.
And so, could the Royals be doing better? Yes. But I know that those memories are still happening at the K, and enjoy it while we can, because we only got a couple more years of that
I know,
stadium.
right,
so,
right.
traded Chris Bubich today. I know we got the trade deadline coming up.
Wow.
Good thing about the Royals is
Yeah.
there's 162 games, so we can always look forward
So
to
many
Oh,
games.
That's right.
So many your family must be so proud of you. I mean, come on.
They're the best, and they watch Channel 5 every day
Yeah,
and
yeah.
are always texting me, are you going to be on air today? Which is really cool, and it's a special part about being in my home market, right?
When
down
you
the
were a
road
kid
from
and you were
where
watching Channel 5, what were you, who was it?
I thought those are the coolest people on the planet.
Right?
And I
Yep.
grew up a little bit watching Danny when I was
Yeah.
kind of in high school, was when she was coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought she was the coolest person on the planet, and I still think that today.
There
See,
you go.
I have a theory that television is about connection, and people can be healed and through it. And I know as a little girl, TV just healed me. And so now to see us step in front of the camera and behind, that's what's so exciting about what is here, because this is, again, women have always been talented. They just didn't have the access.
I think
Yeah.
to go back to my thesis, the kind of point I wanted to get to was the new spaces of media, of broadcast, of social media, allows us to amplify women. Like,
Amen.
what you see is what you think about. And a lot of the studies showed that, the cover of Sports Illustrated, this is really dating things, was like 99% men. So
Oh,
of
believe
course
me,
people are gonna think,
I had a subscription,
Yeah.
and once a year there'd be one. Chris Everett, there's a woman on the cover. Yeah,
So
I
it's-
get it.
The media
Yeah.
doesn't tell you what to think; it tells you what to think about. And so,
Wow, it's a great way to put it.
so
yeah.
giving women that platform and
Yeah.
the platform that we have is just showing what we already have, right,
there
and giving
are-
that to the world.
There are women watching right now, young women being inspired by this. You can do anything, gals. Go do it. Marlia Campbell, congratulations, and thank you so
We're
much.
so excited because
for
I
supporting
really
this and
think
coming by.
the sky's the limit for you. Just
Thank you
go
both.
go fly.
Thank you both.
And just remember us when we're old ladies in the corner going, go Current!
KC Current Studios. KC Baby. We'll be right back. Hey, welcome back to the KC Current Studios. Brand new grand opening today. We are interviewing just women that have everything to do in sports. Excited for this next one here. This is, well, I'm Melissa Etheridge. This is my wife, Linda Wallum.
Hello.
Hello. Jillian Carroll Latrinko. We listen to you
All the
every
time.
I
On
can't
the
tell you.
road,
We
everywhere.
are always on the road.
Yeah.
So we put our computer down. I'm backstage putting my makeup on or whatever.
we
we
listen.
are listening to you, and you are so good. You are the KC Current color analyst.
It's okay. It's a
been
lot
long
of
day.
words.
Yeah. Analyst. Now, listen, just tell me how Timwa runs down the field
my
and does
gosh.
that. Do your voice, because
I
I
know.
love it.
Well, first of all, thank you so much because I've listened to you for quite some time. So that's a wild kind of role reversal there.
Cool.
But thank you. Yes, we are so blessed. I'm half of the broadcast team. My partner Dave Borchert is
You
amazing.
guys are great. You guys are great.
He does such a wonderful job, and yeah, we have a lot of fun.
And it's shocking. You actually sounds like you like working together, and that's really lovely because you know what I mean. You watch some games, you're like, those people don't like each other,
No,
but you
and
guys are great.
We like respect each other.
Yeah,
and I
I
think
can
that
tell.
we both appreciate what each other brings to the broadcast,
Yeah.
and that's really big. So thanks for saying that. We love working with each
you're
other.
great.
You know
You're
what I
great.
love when I listen, I put the game on and listen to it. When I was a kid, my father, I grew up in Leavenworth.
Yeah, right.
And my father would turn on Royals, right? And it's that sound of the stadium and the announcer, and it lulls you into this. There's a really, I'm sure it's like a theta space or something in my brain that it lulls. And I can just listen to you guys talking, and you hear the stadium in the background. And we were kind of new to soccer a couple years ago. And the way that you analyze it and tell what's happening, and you're right on with, you say, well, blah blah, so and so Courtney should have had this and done that, and maybe this can be, and Tim can get in there, and it's like I'm there and I'm watching it, and I've learned so much about soccer by listening to you.
That means the world. I really appreciate that. We have an incredible product, and I am a person who loved the game, played the game.
You played at
until-
University of Iowa.
Northern Iowa. You're
Northern
correct.
Iowa,
Yeah,
okay.
Yes, you and I played locally here in Kansas City. I went away and played at Northern Iowa, and
Yeah.
I came back and started coaching. And Kansas City soccer is just in my blood. It just
Yeah.
is such a huge piece of who I am.
Yeah.
And, I worked with the first round of NWSL soccer in Kansas City with Vladko Andonovski, of course.
Yeah.
Couple championships
Yep.
there.
Yep.
Let's not forget.
And then to come back and now have what we have in the Kansas City Current. When you talk about a full circle moment, like
Yeah.
this is absolutely it for me. So every day that I come here, every day that I wake up and talk Current, talk Timwa, talk anything,
come
it is
on.
such a blessing, and I genuinely love it.
So we're talking a lot about how women can become involved in women's sports and all the different ways, and broadcasting is a big part of it with these studios now. How did you end up being the one that is leading us through every game?
That's we're gonna need a lot more time than we have, ladies.
Okay.
But no, literally, like I said, grew up playing here, went away, played here at St. Thomas Aquinas. Have to shout out my high school.
Awesome.
Couple state championships there, but went away for college. When I graduated, we don't have to get into the actual age.
Yeah, no.
But when I graduated, I didn't have an NWSL team to try out for, to get drafted by. I
Right.
had a quick stint that I could have gone overseas to play if I wanted to, and I didn't want to. I wanted to start working and making money. So I came home to Kansas City.
Yeah.
I started working. I started coaching immediately.
Great.
Which is very important to me.
Yeah.
It was very important to me that I gave back to the game because the game gave so much to me. And so I would not be who I am without being a Division I soccer player.
Yeah.
So I went right back in and started coaching young girls, young little stars. In fact, one of them is Mary Long, if you know that name.
Oh, we know Mary.
Yes.
Yes.
She is-
How's she doing? I know
Yes.
she's been injured. Is she coming
She
back?
is just everybody keep an eye on her.
Okay.
Because when she's ready, she's gonna be
Amazing.
back and better than ever. So
Great.
some soccer stars under me, and I was super, super grateful to have that opportunity to coach. And I covered a couple different teams in Kansas City. Like I said, the first NWSL team. Vladko Andonovski, a name that we all know and love.
Yeah.
He coached a men's team as well.
Okay.
An indoor. It was Missouri Comets at the time. Now it's Kansas City Comets. I
Okay.
covered both of those teams, and we all were in it. It was like a labor of love. It was not the NWSL that we know today. It was
Right,
not
right.
even close.
Okay.
But we had women that were world champions. We had gold medalists,
Yeah.
World Cup champions on our team, and I was like, I want to do this. So I wasn't getting paid, but I was working my butt off, right? And I was there and trying to share their stories because these women, again, Becky Sauerbrunn, Lauren Holiday, Sydney LaRue,
These
all
are
of
the
these
stories. Yeah.
were in Kansas City, and
Yeah.
people were not like taking notice.
Wow.
And I'm like, what are we doing?
Yeah, yeah. It
What
makes
are
you
we
angry
doing?
almost. Yeah.
Yeah, so
yeah.
tried my best to stay with the team as much as possible and cover, and it was tough because we didn't have places like this
Yes,
that
yes.
valued sharing the story of women's
Yes.
sports, of female athletes. And so we did the best we could,
Yeah.
you know, until the team left, unfortunately. And then
Yeah.
fast forward to it coming back, and I came kicking and screaming like, hey, can I please be a part?
Oh,
Can I
man.
please somehow be a part of this? And I've weaseled my way into the broadcast, and just incredibly grateful.
Well, and I imagine being an ex-athlete and knowing the game so well, you're sitting there now that you're using that part of your brain is just coming out of because you know
You're
the
so
game so well.
knowledgeable.
That's what
Just-
is
it's
so
so good.
exciting
Very
to listen.
kind. I definitely appreciate that, but that is a piece of this. More broadcasting of women's sports gives
Yes.
more female athletes, former female
Yes.
athletes, opportunities,
Yes,
careers.
yes,
Look at how many
yes.
broadcasters there are now.
I know.
Rising
excited
stars in the broadcast world.
Well, and I know you just had a daughter, and
did.
look at the legacy you're leaving for her.
No,
I
just-
mean,
just had, like-
seriously,
like
a moments ago,
days ago, like 2
you look
weeks ago.
amazing for just having had a baby.
Very
And
kind.
again,
Amazing.
hats off to what you're. I mean, she's gonna know everything that you've done and been a part of.
I just have a
you
silly
know?
question.
Yeah.
Do you go to where the teams play? Do you
We
go to-
don't
you
travel
don't
unless
travel.
it's playoffs.
Oh, of
So,
course.
for example, we got to go to the playoff match at Orlando. Dave and I are
Yeah.
broadcasting
Yeah.
because, and that is unique to the Current. Our organization values our local broadcast enough
Yes.
to send us there.
Yes,
That doesn't
yes.
happen for every
Yeah.
NWSL
No,
team.
that's-
And
Yeah.
so we got to go. Unfortunately, it was a tough loss.
Oh, that's
Oh
we were all
no,
like,
we were just.
"What?"
Oh,
But we had a huge group of fans that traveled
Come
to go
on.
watch the game.
I think it's just gonna get bigger and bigger.
Exactly.
We see Current when we wear all our Current stuff everywhere. People are like, "Hey, we love the Current." I mean, everywhere. So get ready.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
it's already
nationally
happening.
even.
No,
yeah.
it is. It's amazing, and it is not for it is not just bandwagon. Oh, they're fun. I will say the colors are great, but it is people who are genuine soccer fans, and
Yes.
maybe they're Brazilian and love Dabinha.
Yes.
Maybe they're just smart and they know who Tim Washawinga is, and
Yeah,
they know
yeah.
that she's going to be a world icon here in
Yep.
the next few years. So there's a lot to be proud of, and I love that you guys do rock the current gear everywhere.
Oh,
you go.
everywhere, everywhere.
So how are we gonna? How's the Current gonna finish this season?
Yeah,
Come
so
on.
I think this is a really good opportunity to show some character,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
to show some resiliency, and to show a little bit of depth of the roster.
That's been really interesting, and you do mention that when you're how I know everything. So how you talk about since Tim was in
Right. She's busy
Africa
at the
doing her
moment.
thing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
winning
Yeah.
championships over
Yeah,
there. That it's these other players coming up.
Right.
Really interesting the other night. All the different ones that scored.
Right, and to be very honest, sure, we want the star players to play every match.
Yeah, yeah.
And you'd love to have that perfect season that
But
we
there's
just
new
did.
stars being born every second.
Well, and
Yeah.
Angie Long and Chris Long are no stranger to saying we want to be the best club in the world for years to come.
Yes.
So
Yes.
not just this year, not
Yeah.
just
How they
last
built
year.
the training centers and the junior
Oh.
teams and everything.
And the second team. And so those athletes, those women deserve minutes in a high stakes environment. So
Yeah.
to get them in to regular NWSL play, that's going to be amazing for their career long term.
So the next time we come to a game, I want to come in and
Oh my
and
God,
just
please.
sit
Yes.
with you and
Oh, yes.
You heard
and have
it?
fun.
She's
Come
coming on the
there'll be so much fun.
broadcast.
I just want to say, and there's you go, goal or something.
I'll go hang out with Teal Man, and you go do that.
I love this.
Jillian
I love
Carol
this.
Latrinko, she is the voice you hear when you are listening on the bridge or anything, right?
On the bridge, on the app.
Yep.
If you're at the stadium, we crank it through.
Yeah.
My friends are like, "I was in the bathroom. I heard the broadcast." I was like, "Okay, I didn't need to know that you heard that in the bathroom, but thanks for listening." But yeah, please tap in. If you haven't yet, you're missing out.
Well, thank
Right.
you so much. You are an inspiration to all young girls who want to get into sports
Amen.
broadcasting and anything sports. Jillian, thank you so much. We're gonna get to see the baby. We'll be right back. KC Current Studios, KC Baby TV. We'll be right back. Hello, welcome back to the KC Current Studios. Brand new grand opening day. First broadcasting studio made for women's sports.
Which is next to what? The first
Stadium built for women's sports. I'm Melissa Etheridge, rock star.
Linda Wallum, trophy wife to Rockstar.
How do I follow those leads? Oh my
And
God.
here we are with Mackenzie Nelson. You might know her from KSHB, Channel 41.
That's right.
I remember that when I was a kid. It was the UHF station, but great. She's a sports reporter, and not just the women's sports reporter. You are the sports reporter.
Yes, I am.
Cool.
And you were born here.
I was born and raised in Kansas City. I was on the
on.
Kansas side. I know that, you know.
Oh no, but she's
There we go.
Leavenworth. Yeah.
You're going to get that stadium. Everyone thought that stadium was there, but now it's going to be
Honey,
there.
everyone's
I
listening.
grew up in Lansing and Leavenworth with my grandparents there. I didn't live there full time, but I was basically at their house all the time. Yes, I have a house there
You
still.
know, now that I've moved away and seen the world, I'm like, Leavenworth is so cute.
home.
It's
Yes.
so nice.
So
I
quaint.
really love
Everybody
it.
is so nice.
And it's not that far from here.
It's not. No.
I
not
mean,
at all.
that's what I love about the fact that my wife is a rock star from
Yes.
Leavenworth, not far from a place where dreams can come true, like the stadium and the studio. I mean,
Yes.
when you heard not just the stadium, but that they were going to build this broadcast studio because this is your world. As a boot camp, hopefully, in a learning place for women to learn, what did that feel like?
Oh, I think it's amazing because this is going to show young girls that this is the norm. This should be the norm. This should not be a thing that is like, oh wow, the KC Current, they're the only ones to do it. This should be something that happens everywhere. People should follow suit.
It's going to
you
shame
know?
all the other owners.
Absolutely.
Isn't it? I love it.
I think people should look at what the Current is doing
Yeah.
and do that too
Yeah.
and make all of these opportunities possible for women to know that their voices are meant here and they're
Because
supposed
I
to be
imagine
here.
you probably had an internship when
Yes.
you were young or something, but to be able to now come to somewhere like
Oh
here.
my gosh, it's
yeah.
amazing. And just walking in and seeing it for the first time, I was like, this is incredible. This
Yeah.
is a just amazing studio. Even back in the other room, podcast studio. And then
Yeah,
somewhere to take photos and things like that. I'm like, you can really do everything in here. And it is outstanding what they did, and it looks amazing.
It's very exciting.
Awesome.
really
so
is.
we're talking to our friends and everything here, and we really want to hear the stories of how women who are now top of the field here in Kansas City.
Who's covered Super Bowls? You got to
I have a couple of them. You've been to them too, haven't
Oh
you?
my God. I mean, for real. Yeah.
It's
So,
been really
so
cool.
tell us how you got here. Tell
Sure.
us some of that.
Well, I started out actually on the news side of things because storytelling was my biggest thing that I wanted to do.
Yeah.
But I grew up loving sports. I grew up only with boys. So I was
Yeah.
always playing sports of every kind. And I wanted to somehow do something in that field. But I
Yeah.
started in news, developed my storytelling skills, and then made the switch to sports because I think it's so cool to be able to bring the athletes and the teams and these like really amazing special events to the viewers.
Yes.
And to be that middleman, to be able to tell the stories of everyone, it's just what I've always wanted to do. And so finally getting to do it in my hometown. I didn't start off in Kansas City.
Yeah.
But that's okay. But I made it back, and I
Yeah.
get to do it with all of my teams that I grew up, watching, and then to have the
on.
KC Current come about and get to cover them and do things with them. It's just been amazing.
Now, were you an athlete growing up?
I was,
Okay,
yes.
what'd you play?
I was a golfer, Leavenworth Country Club.
I've been there.
Country club.
Basketball, and
Yeah.
I played softball. Those were really my three sports: basketball, softball, and golf. But I mean, I've done all the things.
Yeah.
Played every sport. Grew up with the boys, and was always, bumps
But the
and
moment you
bruises
went,
and-
God, no,
yeah.
I can do this. I can do my writing and storytelling about sports. And
Something I
sports
love.
Is so yummy.
Yes,
Yeah.
something
yeah.
I love, and to be able to answer questions that people want to know. We can do the X's and O's. We can talk about the games all the
Yeah,
time, but
yeah.
people want to know more about the individual athletes, the coaches, what goes on behind the scenes, and to
Yeah.
be able to do that and have two of my loves, sports and storytelling, come
Yeah.
together. It's been a dream.
Is Patrick Mahomes going to be okay?
I think so, yes.
Yes!
The only thing we're going to have to wait for is to see if he can just slow his roll a little bit. Andy Reid has been watching him like a hawk. Do not do too much.
Yes.
Take
Yes.
it easy,
Yes.
Patrick.
Because you
Yes.
know he's just like, oh.
Yes, if he's watching, take it easy. We've been watching you at camp. He's doing great. Don't overdo it.
How weird was it last year? Last year was just
It was
so
weird.
It was
Yeah.
so well.
I
was
I
weird.
just tell everyone we had
little
such
speed bump.
we're letting everybody
No,
else
you guys
do
took
it.
a spiritual retreat last
Right,
year.
yeah.
That's what's happening.
Is that what we're calling
That's
it?
what I'm
I love
gonna
it.
call it.
I love it. That's great. But we'll call it that, spiritual retreat.
But how great! How did you feel when the stadium went up and when you knew that the Current had this kind of backing and now that
It's
every
crazy.
single game is sold out.
I know.
I love that about Kansas City. I'm so proud of my city.
I just think Kansas City, well, first of all, we're a big sports city and a sports town. So I think when the Kansas City Current came about, it was like, amazing. Everybody get the gear. We're going to be there. We're going to support it because it's our city. It's our team.
Yeah.
And so I think that's really cool. But I mean, I was at everything from the groundbreaking where they had just put shovels in the dirt to say, hey, it's going to be coming right here. So I watched it all from the ground up, and to be able to go and cover matches, but also take my family, my friends. I was in the media game last week, took my niece, and she was on the field, my little 7-year-old niece, to show her what all of this is
can
about.
Be yours.
Oh my gosh. To see it through her eyes, I think really, really just made it extra cool for me.
You could be on the field, or you could be behind the scenes making all this happen.
Absolutely.
So we've been traveling all summer, and I tell you, one of my favorite things was watching people cover Kansas City and the World Cup.
Oh my gosh.
Was that just,
what a
I mean,
party.
I wish I could have been there with the 35,000 Dutch people,
jumping in the streets following the bus.
That was
amazing.
How great. I mean, Kansas City, they
And you
won
had people
that.
just filling up here, watching watch parties right here.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
I never in a million years would have thought I would be covering a World Cup, let alone in the city I was born and raised in.
Yeah.
But to see so many different countries come to Kansas City and love it here. I mean, I talked to fans and media members of some of these countries, and they were like, we couldn't wait to get back to Kansas City from other cities they'd go play in. And so, I love storytelling, but getting to tell stories on not only like the local level, national level, internationally, like I did interviews with reporters from Algeria that were watching back at home, and to share what Kansas City was all about, I just think that was incredible. And some of them walking around in, sporting KC jerseys, KC Current jerseys. They were like, we got to get all of them. I just thought that was amazing.
I loved watching on like Instagrams and seeing people eating barbecue for the first time.
Oh my God, they're
We're
almost
going to
sobbing.
Costco.
I know, going to
Costco.
Why did not I know this about this?
People didn't have ice for their waters and stuff. Just amazing.
And air conditioning.
Yes.
Yeah,
that was a big thing.
No,
it was
a
amazing.
beautiful
Yes.
party you guys threw here, and that you had to
was
feel
so
so
cool.
good about that.
So many watch parties, so many people,
Yeah.
all the big events. I mean, from
Yeah.
FIFA Fan Fest to watching matches here, like it was just, everybody was everywhere. And I think if people didn't know about Kansas City yet, they do now.
They
for
do
sure.
now, for sure.
For
We are
sure.
on the rise. Well, we hope that you will be a part of this
Yes.
broadcasting thing, helping women.
Because I think
because
in
women
all the-
going to want to be right where you are.
Yes.
You're very inspiring.
And I hope you go
Thank you.
speak at local colleges and stuff, because it's exciting.
Yeah.
Back when I first was going to be on TV, there weren't a whole lot of women. So this is very exciting, and we love that you came to chat with us. And this, we need a lot of time. We don't have enough time.
We don't have enough time.
Thank you.
Mackenzie Nelson, KSBHB sports reporter.
Yes,
Hometown
thank you for
girl.
having me.
Hometown
Yes,
girl
I'm
does
so happy
good.
to be
We'll
here.
be right back.
Your
We're at the
parents
KC
must be so proud of
Current
you.
Broadcasting Studio, and it's KC Baby. We'll be right back. Hello and welcome back to the KC Current Broadcast Studio. Brand new grand opening today. Thank you for being with us. We are interviewing women in sports broadcasting, and all kinds of jobs in sports. We are inspiring all of you, I hope. This one, very inspiring. This is Raven Jemison. And she
Who
is
was really our very first intro to the team.
to the whole team. This is one of the first people we met. She is the KC Current president. She's president. President.
That's what they tell me.
That's what they tell you.
Do you make people call you president? I would.
Prez is what they call it. Yes. Or Madam President. I
There
think
you
was
go.
I like
That's
that.
beautiful.
I like
By
Your
the way, I'm
Highness.
Melissa Etheridge. This is my wife, Linda Wallum.
Hello.
And we met Raven. Seems like about 10 years ago, but
No,
it's really
it's
last
like
year.
two-
wasn't it?
Just last year.
Well,
Yeah.
when was the
Fast
final that she
friends.
sang the national
Fast
anthem
friends.
at? That was
Was that
when,
2 years ago?
Oh,
That
that
was
was
2
actually
years
the
ago.
NWSL Championship.
Yeah.
24.
24,
In
good.
November
Yeah.
24, yes.
24.
Yeah.
And I tell you, just walking into that stadium just changes you. It just feels so great. And then to meet the president of the whole team, the whole operations. Now, that is so inspiring. And Casey Current is not the first one that you've been working with. And I love your story. So tell us,
Thank you.
because this is what we're doing. We're telling women how these women got into these positions now that we are here.
So let's tell the story about how you were not going to leave your last job because you were done moving. But what happened?
I was not going to leave my last job.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like we'd had the Midwest cornered with Milwaukee,
Yeah.
with the Milwaukee Bucks. We'd
Yeah.
won a championship. You guys know my wife, April.
Yep.
April said, I'm not moving to another Midwest city. She was like, I'm not moving to Kansas. And I was like, great, this is in Missouri. So can we talk about this? And it's interesting because, and Angie and Chris know this story, she first told me no when I told her about this opportunity because she didn't want to move again and move to another Midwest city, and because she's an artist, and she thought our next move would be to the coast.
Yeah.
And I said, this is an opportunity to not just make history in women's sports, but to make history in sports. And one conversation with Angie and Chris, you quickly fall in love with the vision, but you know
Good luck
that
saying no.
That's right. You don't say no. And it's not just the vision and talking about it. It is actually action behind it, starting with the stadium. And so the conversation became a yes. I was charming enough. Or as the kids say, I had the riz to get, enough to get her to say yes to move here, and we are here.
Amazing.
Yes.
Oh, it's been so history making. So first female president of
First black president of the NWSL. Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And thank you for being so open to all our crazy ideas. Like when we go, hey, can we shoot a video in the stadium? You're like, yeah,
Shoot,
go
yeah.
ahead.
Yeah.
It was so the leadership that you show here, because it trickles down. Everyone who works here. It was such a joy. I mean, I've never shot a music video in a stadium before, but there's something so gorgeous about the stadium and putting you in the teal seats and shooting, and it was an absolute joy. It kind of it was like talking to me. I swear the stadium is alive and loves what you're doing, because when we come to games and the whole feel, again, I get choked up every time the Title IX wall, and that's why we really showed it in the video, because having you stand in front of it, it just represents what's happening here. So when you see everything, not just the now this, and hopefully we'll have a little Hogwarts for kids to come and learn how to do this. Is this beyond your wildest dreams, what this has become?
Normally, it would be beyond my wildest dreams, but since I've now come into this organization and again been working with these visionaries that I get to work alongside every single day, nothing is impossible.
Awesome.
And when I say nothing, I mean nothing. KC Current Studios is just a small microcosm of what. Not only when you see something and you say you want to do it and you say you're going to do it, if you look behind us and you walk outside these walls, there's an entire city and neighborhood that's being built because of the vision, and because this is something that it's not just something that we say we're going to do, but the investment is there, and it's proof. We're sitting here in something that you guys literally thought about in November 24. There was a spark just seeing all of this construction happening, and here we are sitting. So when we talk about nothing being impossible here, you guys are a great indication of that.
So let's tell the little girls sitting out there, let's tell the little girls of color sitting out there how you get to be president. Did I say president? I said president of a sports club. Where'd you grow up? Where'd you first get the idea? Just tell us a little roadmap.
Yeah, so I was born and raised in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Graduated from Auburn. Second person in my family to go to college. And I had 4 options when I graduated from college from my parents: doctor, lawyer, teacher, engineer. I picked doctor because I was pretty good in math and science, and I picked the doctor that had
a sentence I've never said.
Yeah,
No.
the doctor that had the least exposure to blood, optometrist. So I picked an optometrist, got accepted into optometry school. There you go. 1 or 2. Right. Got accepted into optometry school at Ohio State, and there was a nudge. There was something saying that, is this really what you want to do?
Yeah.
And I said, I want to work in sports. But this was many years ago. I won't say how many years to date myself. Before LinkedIn, before all the things that you could have access to people to understand what it actually meant to work in sports. And I asked my parents if I could defer optometry school for a year. And they said yes. But I think they said yes because they felt like I needed a break because I'd gotten a master's degree in 5 years, and I was just like really, really driven. I didn't know anybody, and they were like, let's just support her. It's her gap year. That's what I think they thought.
She'll get through this.
She'll get through it. She'll go to optometry school, and she'll ask people if one or two is better for the next 50 years. And I got a job working with the Florida Panthers, selling tickets for $7.25 an hour.
Come on, but you were
in Miami.
You were
and
happy.
It was the best feeling I'd ever had in my life, and I knew I was where I belonged. And the rest is history.
See, gals, do what you love. Really, when you follow that path, when you follow where your heart is leading you, that's what's so inspiring.
That's right.
And do what you love, even if it's selling, tickets for. But that's how you start, and then you just flow with it.
Yeah.
Man, so KC Current has grown. We've had great years. We've had a little, whatever, but still so exciting and so respected. We travel the world. People see these in airports. They're like, hey, KC, baby, and it's really great what you guys have done. Tell me a little bit about the future.
Championships? Can we start there?
Let's start there.
I don't oversee the soccer operation, and I'm very fortunate to work alongside Ryan Dell and our general manager and our team on the sporting side. So they know that the responsibility and the pressure that they have, I respect them greatly. Championships. So let's start there. From a business perspective and from an operational perspective, we are sitting in what is the next new neighborhood here in Kansas City. And the Kansas City Current are at the center. They're the concentric circle of that, and the CPKC Stadium as the anchor to all of that. I think it's just going to continue to grow from there. And when you think of, again, we don't want to keep talking about women's sports, right?
Right.
We want to talk about sports. We are a sports team doing really good work in a community, and we hope to continue to be that community asset for Kansas City.
Well, we're going to be spending a lot more time, so we're going to look at those apartments right down the street.
Can't wait.
So fun coming back and seeing you.
Can't wait. Same.
And it's just so thrilling. I love this. I love dreams coming true like this. And looking forward to more games, looking forward to everything. You're just so very, very inspiring. Raven Jemison, KC Current President, Raven.
And
yes,
our
that's
friend.
Right. And our friend. Yes,
That's
very
right.
much so. Man, let's do it, okay?
Let's do it. So good
KC,
to be
baby.
here with you guys.
Okay.
We love you tons.
Love you guys.
Thank
We'll be
you.
right back. This is KC Current Studio, and this is KC Baby TV.
Let's go.
We're rocking it. We'll be right back. Hello and welcome back to KC Current Studios. Brand new grand opening. We're calling this KC Baby TV. We've been interviewing the
Amazing
top
women.
in sports, everything here. And right now, we've got one of the top women in sports broadcasting right here in Kansas City from KMBC sports reporter Taylor Kaufman, fresh from Chiefs training camp.
That's right.
I can smell it. It's so good. No, you smell fine.
You probably smell something.
You know, that training camp, that's intense out there. How are you doing, Taylor?
Oh, wonderful. This has been so awesome. Thanks for having me here.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
How's it feel to come into a studio, a place that's built for women in broadcasting?
First of all, it's gorgeous. First impression, you walk in, it's like, wow, this is great. But strictly for women, that's incredible. We were talking out there, we were trying to figure out if anyone else is doing this. Definitely not in WSL, but it's like WNBA.
Pretty much, let me think. Nowhere in the world, because I come from television in LA. No.
Right.
So this is...
And you see people doing podcasts,
just
but not
the beginning.
team affiliated.
Yeah.
So this is really cool.
Really exciting.
Really neat.
Did you grow up here?
I did.
Oh,
yeah.
Where?
So this is really...
Olathe.
Down
south, yep.
I have lots of friends at Leavenworth.
Oh,
I
great.
grew up in Leavenworth.
Wonderful.
And Olathe. Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, so you grew up here, played sports?
Yeah. Basketball, golf, dance.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then...
how did you get the spark? What was the flint to be in
what's
broadcasting?
What's been great is just hearing everyone's stories of how they get to where they're going.
Well, I just always loved sports, growing up a KU basketball fan, and just they've been good my whole life. You know, they've never missed the
always
NCAA
good.
tournament.
Yeah.
Right. So
I went to University of Minnesota. We were only good at hockey.
Yeah, in the dance team.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yes.
Yeah. So
I was not on that.
Yeah, we'll see a number.
I can move well, but not dance.
Okay. Different kind of dance. Yeah, no, KU basketball was always something I just loved as a kid. And so I never really thought it could be a career. My parents were like, go be a nurse. You could be anything, be a nurse. And I was like, okay. Thought emergency room. I liked the action. I liked the intensity. And, chemistry didn't work out for me.
I concur.
Can't do math, I can do words, not math.
Yeah.
So I guess it depends on the day. Sometimes words aren't right either. But so my mom actually was the one who said, why don't you try to be a sports reporter? And I'd never really thought of it before.
Way to go, Mom.
Yeah. And I graduated, it was like 12 years ago. So at that time, Erin Andrews was the big name, new name. So, but other than that, like you didn't look around and see women as much in the industry as you do now. Thank God. Such a female presence, because we bring a different special kind of reporting too, I think. Just the
and
way
you're
we
one of
connect
the first faces and all that. This is so exciting because this is a whole brand new generation of this.
Yeah, it's been great. It's been really great, and I've loved it ever since, and
Did
I
you
think...
start here in KC? Was that your first job, or did you
No,
go and then
first
come back?
job was Rapid City, South Dakota.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Rodeo,
No, I'm teasing.
literally
South
my
Dakota's
first
hilarious.
rodeo. Literally the first one, and my last one, unfortunately. I love rodeo.
Did you go to Wall Drug?
Yes. Wall Drug, Badlands, we
hilarious.
did it all, baby. There's not a lot to do out there. You check the things off quick, and you're like, all right.
We did that in a day. Oh,
Yeah,
boy.
exactly.
Yeah.
You're like, now what?
Wow.
No, it was great out there. Hockey was wonderful.
Yeah.
And then from there to Springfield, Missouri during COVID. I was there for 3.5 years, and then there to Birmingham. So when she was talking about being from Tuscaloosa, I go, oh, roll tide. And then she goes, but I went to Auburn. Oh, whoa, War Eagle, that's crazy. So that was really fun. And that was the first market I saw a ton of women at, like working in that market at college football down in the SEC. And then from there I came here. So. And every station has a woman in their sports department,
Isn't
at
that
least
something?
one.
At least one. That is
It's
so
incredible.
amazing. And do you feel like the men's sports teams, are they welcoming?
Totally.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh, I think
good.
they're so happy, wouldn't they be?
Yeah.
Because,
Good.
to
Yeah.
have you guys around. And they seem, like when we've seen you do stuff with the Chiefs, and they seem really happy, like almost they're going to talk to you more than the guys. It felt-
Right.
you
Well,
know?
I'm just so happy to be there. So it's like, how can you be rude to someone who's like smiling and talking to you?
Yeah,
you know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah,
But
yeah.
I think it's evolved a little over my career, but I think part of that could be on me too, because I was just young and nervous. And right when you're breaking in, you're like, am I supposed to be here? And I think maybe that is a little on me as much as it is people being interviewed by me. But now it's like, hey, I'm just here to document history. I'm here to make people a fan of yours. And yeah, no, I think all of the men's teams here are wonderful.
Great.
Yeah.
And then KC Current starts doing this, and how amazing were you here for the stadium opening and everything? And
I got here just after.
Just
But
after. Wow.
I mean, I tell you what, coming in from the airport when I was interviewing here, it was the first time I saw it. I was interviewing at
And you got to see-
KMBC
you go
and
by
drove
this-
right by, and I was
so
like,
gorgeous.
Isn't that
you could not
something?
pick a
Yeah.
better location for
Yeah.
people coming in and seeing this. One of the first things they see when the skyline behind it.
Yeah.
Incredible. And it's just one thing after the next with this
Yeah.
team. They just
I know.
keep doing stuff.
Yeah.
It's been awesome. Yeah.
Well, for them to say yes to this, I mean, this is what's so exciting for them to be open to the idea of, hey, let's have a place where women can learn how to do this. And let me ask you, if you taught a class, if we did a boot camp, what is something that you learned down the way? Like, oh man, I would, if I just did a talk with some young women, what would I say as far as what a skill about doing what you do?
Well, I think one of the biggest skills is like, you know, we all talk. It's be yourself. You know, that's the number one, just advice, not so much skill. But I think social skill gets you so far in this industry. And one thing someone told me a while back, and I think it's great advice, is to make 2 connections everywhere you go, especially in this industry or any
great
industry.
advice. That's
Swap
great
contact
advice.
information. Like
Yep.
get a couple business cards, connect somehow with 2 people.
It's
everywhere you
all
go.
about connecting the dots with who
is.
you meet. Yes.
Yeah.
It has been so thrilling talking to woman after woman and successful women and women that aren't bitter about anything. They're just
Oh.
like, here we are, we're here. It's exciting and we're grateful and we're moving forward.
Yeah.
Kansas City's moving forward with some more women's sports teams, and you're a big part of this, man. We are just so thrilled.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
you.
Oh, Latha.
Oh,
Love
Latha.
that.
We're going to be spending a lot more time here,
Yep.
so we hope to
Great.
spend more time. Now you have our contacts.
Yes.
So
Thank
there.
you.
2 contacts. Perfect.
Two
We did
contacts.
it.
Taylor Kaufman
Oh.
from KMBC, sports reporter. Tell me the Chiefs are going to be okay.
They're going to be okay.
All right.
Patrick Mahomes looks good out there.
Good. We'll be right back. KC Studios, KC Current Studios, KC Baby. We'll be right back. Hello and welcome back to the grand opening, first day of the amazing KC Current Studios, right here.
And
just
Melissa,
built.
how did this come? Like, who are the people responsible for building this?
Well-
I wish they were here.
Guess
Oh,
what?
wait.
They are. These are two of, I can't even go. I mean, you've heard other people here talking about them. You've heard them say Angie and Chris, and the dreams and how they make the dreams come true. And I'm here to tell you that a year and a half ago, 2 years ago,
Year and a half? I think a year and a half.
year and a half ago, we're sitting with the owners of they've been so great to the owners of the KC Current. They bring me in there. We see this amazing stadium.
You
they've-
sing the
they've
national
built. I
anthem.
sing the national anthem.
Yeah.
I killed it.
Yes. Shocker.
Not surprisingly.
And my wife, who is in television and loves sports, she just turns to them and says,
Well, you had so much acreage, and I said, wow, what if you built like a Hogwarts for sports, for women's sports? You
And-
went,
and Chris
"Hogwarts?"
went,
And
"What's that?"
Angie went, Chris, it's Harry Potter. And you went, oh, and you said, okay. And then we started talking, and before I know it, and I'm telling you guys, thank
well,
you.
I love the meeting that we had.
Yeah.
When you said, okay, we're going to have a meeting. What does the studio need? She said, well, and I can't wait to see this. Behind us is a window that people can come down, can watch when we are, because this is my studio too.
She's not
100%
letting
welcome
go
all
of
the
it.
time.
You're never letting go of this mic.
No. But when, and people can watch it. You've got a podcast studio. You've got everything that she even mentioned, and it's all right here. And I'm so thrilled to be doing this. And I'm going to ask you a question in a minute. I'm just really, really excited about this. You guys.
Well, if I could interject. You
Please
both
do.
are so humble, and when you think about inspiration, it comes in many forms, and this is a result of the inspiration that you two brought. You think about the ideas, the creativity, and then kind of overlaying that with the ethos of the Current. It was like a match made in heaven. So I credit you guys so much for giving us what honestly now is really pretty cool.
I remember you saying, well, wait. I have an idea. I was like, okay, let's hear
You
it.
know what's amazing?
What is your
You
idea?
said, okay, and then I don't know if it was the groundbreaking or earlier that you looked at me and said, "Isn't it fun to build things?" And I went, "Yeah, I love you." All those years in Hollywood where people are, "That's not going to work." It's not. There's such joy with what you guys do, and we love being a part of it. And thank you, because I think this is going to be the sky's the limit.
Now you come from Kansas City.
Yes, I
You're
do.
a Kansas City girl. What I've been talking to everyone. Everyone has come from Kansas City. It's amazing. So which high school did you go to?
Shawnee Mission East.
See, they beat the crap out of us all the time. Leavenworth, you did.
And we found out you played soccer with the woman who helped build this.
Yeah.
Whose company built this, right?
Yes, Courtney. She's been involved in
Courtney.
all of our
We
projects.
love her.
That's
That
so
was a great
cool.
conversation.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
And Chris, man, just you and your support of your wife is inspirational and just to me such a wonderful thing to see. Now, when was this born? Was coming back to Kansas City a thing you wanted to
Did
do?
you guys both,
know,
you met
tell
at
me about
Princeton?
this.
Is that where you met?
Yeah, met at Princeton in
Yeah.
a morning corporate finance class.
9
That's so
a.m.
As all people
That's
do.
so romantic.
I mean, it's really it's a bonding thing when you can do problem sets together for hours and not argue. But no, it was both of us wanting to come back to Kansas City. At the point at which we had our first child, I had been here 3 times a year.
We might want to
for a long
credit my
time.
mother a little bit, who
There you
probably
go.
started working him from the first time he came to Kansas City.
But you didn't grow up around here.
No,
No.
I grew up in a town called Hazleton, northeastern Pennsylvania, like
Okay.
near Philadelphia.
But you like Kansas City. You were
I
like,
fell in
yeah.
love with it. I mean,
Yeah.
from the moment I was here, and the
Yeah.
people, the hospitality, the opportunity, and I think it's just last 20 years, it's just continued to, obviously advance at such a high rate.
Yeah.
But I mean, how could you not support this amazing woman?
Yeah.
And we have had such a fun journey that started, obviously.
It shows. That's why it's fun to be with you guys.
1996, we started dating.
Wow.
It's a long time ago, and we've been together ever since. And so, yeah, I mean, look, I feel like we're kind of like, you know how like half your sort of mind exists outside your body?
Yes. Yes.
I don't know. Did that make sense?
No, it totally did.
Totally.
That's
Yeah.
right here.
Yeah.
I think you two have the same
that's-
thing,
yeah.
by the way.
That's
We
You
finished-
complete each other's sentences. We do the same
We
thing.
finish each other's
Sandwiches.
sandwiches.
Oh my God! So you come here. When did you first start dreaming about the sports? Because I know you've built and done so many amazing things, but really about the soccer and the KC Current and you know, just going, yeah, let's buy this team and do something.
That's funny because, I mean, for sure we spent, in the first 15 years here, we spent building Palmer Square. It really wasn't, I feel like when we were in college, we talked about, and especially grad school for Chris, we talked about doing something together, building a business together in finance. The sports part was much later. You know, that was like probably 2019 when, I mean, we were huge sports fans. We both played sports. All our kids are involved in sports. We had season tickets to every sporting event in Kansas City.
Yeah.
But I think we got inspired. I know we got inspired by the World Cup, the Women's World Cup in 2019.
Sure.
In France. And, you know, for myself as a female athlete, you know, seeing this, I think the first huge moment of inspiration was probably in '99 when the U.S. women won the World Cup.
Amen. Oh, yeah.
And I remember like exactly where I was when that happened, Brandy Chastain, the whole bit, right?
Take that shirt off.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, okay, it's going to change. Like, this is going to be the moment for women's sports. You know, for the one, I grew up playing basketball. We wore the hand-me-down practice uniforms of the boys. 100%. You know, we won 2 national championships for rugby in college. We had to pay for all of our travel ourselves, fundraise from alumni, very generous alumni who helped us out so we could go and travel to win a national championship. So to think like, oh, this is like everyone's watching women's sports now, but in '99, you know, they watched that moment.
Yeah.
But then nothing happened and nothing changed, and so it was a little bit. I felt like something was different in 2019 when we were in France, and the momentum around all of Europe, getting behind the women's sports, and that felt like a catalytic moment where Chris and I we had a team in Kansas City, and then they left.
Yeah.
I remember kind of being irritated at the people who could have helped them stay. And thinking, boy, if I'd only had a voice or a vote in that, I would have, you know, we would have tried to do anything we could to help them stay. But they left.
We read about it in the print newspaper.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and we were season ticket holders.
Like,
Oh, jeez.
they're
so
gone?
we were
I mean,
like,
I didn't even know.
how did this
Yeah.
happen? Like, that's just,
Because you knew soccer belonged here in Kansas City.
We did. I mean,
Yeah.
what a
No-brainer.
fandom for soccer. Did you see all of the results for the World Cup
Oh, my
viewership?
God.
Number 1 market, Kansas
Kansas
City.
City.
We couldn't
hands
be. We were so
I kept
proud of
thinking-
you guys.
I didn't
I
text you
never
because
know.
I was like, I don't even know if they're sleeping. This is
It was
so
one of
great.
those things that when it was gone, I don't know, what are we
We're
going to do
sad.
with myself? It's like this emptiness because
Yeah.
it was incredible. It was so
It
joyful.
was so exciting watching
So
everyone
exciting.
in KC going, I've never had barbecue. This is
I think what you guys did, you are now the soccer capital of the United States, period.
I don't think you can argue with that anymore.
No.
Yeah.
No.
And so when we came back from France, we thought, let's figure this out.
Yeah.
Let's get a team. Let's get a team here. And we started like digging into it, and we're thinking, oh, we'll do an expansion team. And they were talking 22, 23, and you know, we just
one
got
right now.
well. Then it sort of there was a team that was going to need to get moved, and we just were ready and hanging around the hoop. And when that team became available, we brought them here, and it was fast and
I
furious.
don't know that we were ready. But
Well, we thought we were ready. We didn't know what we were getting ourselves
Is
into.
anyone ever ready for
we were telling it. We told ourselves we were ready.
We just made it happen. We just made it be ready.
You sort of do anything when
Well,
you put your will to
and
it.
you guys have something that a lot of people don't have, and that's a lot of fun with what you do. You have pure joy about what this is, not just with each other, but what is around you, and that's what we found so infectious when the day we met you. It's just so everything was possible and fun.
Are you still cutting off the champagne bottle with a sword when they win? win?
Absolutely. I've gotten really good at it too. I can point to a person and tell them to catch it. I usually hit them.
Oh, dang. You've created a new Olympic sport. It's cork catching. There you go. That's amazing.
Okay, I can't tell you how even Kathy and Jerome, our friends, they came back. They hadn't been here in a while, a year maybe, and they were like, "It's a whole town down there. It's a whole."
You guys are ahead of production, right? If I remember right, you said you did this ahead of time. It's just been shocking to see. It's gorgeous.
It was an absolutely surreal moment Friday night after the game. Was it Saturday night? Saturday night after the game. Chris wasn't here.
I was at Universal hanging out with Harry Potter.
Oh, he was.
I was correcting
and our 16-year-old
that I didn't know.
Making up for it. Making up for it.
I didn't know
but
at
as
the
I'm
time.
leaving, leaving the stadium, there's a guitarist playing and singing a song, and then as I drive along the riverfront, there are people, families, kids, just hanging out, watching the sunset on the Missouri River, which is so beautiful. There's a boat driving by, and it was so fun. And then all the way continuing through, there's pedicabs and the streetcar, and
life everywhere.
There was life and energy, and energized by the riverfront because we made it accessible. And
What
it was so
in the
cool.
world made you think that the riverfront, when I was a kid, you don't go down there or you will die, sort of thing? Yeah, that's where we want to do this. Amazing. You've had to deal with railroads. You have had to do with everybody down here.
Yeah, there were some people I think that maybe, I don't know, there were obstacles.
Yes.
But we have,
I
think we've navigated that incredibly well. And how can you not have joy when I feel like really blessed that we're able to bring joy to so many people, and then that's infectious.
Last year we walked here from the Lowe's Hotel, and it was a couple
All the way
miles
to
or
the
something
station.
all the way. And
It's quicker now.
That's
so
what
here,
you said.
yeah.
Now you can get all
Take the
around.
bike, yeah.
And what great support you've got from Kansas City.
Oh,
Hey,
it's amazing.
Love you
to do
guys.
this.
Do
It's
they say?
amazing.
Did they send you enough thank you notes? Because I think they should.
I mean, do you hear them cheer for our team?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's incredible.
Every home game is sold out. Stop. That's amazing.
I mean, we should be sending thank you notes because you're never guaranteed the support to this level, and it's across every sort of constituent, from Port KC to the fan that comes and's in the supporters section.
Yep.
I think when you talk about bringing that pure joy, I mean, we're grateful it's this type of experience because when you set out to do something that's like a little bit ambitious.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily know the level to which you're gonna have an experience be what it is, and the current experience is, I think, top notch.
And you guys
and it's because of the community.
You have launched how to do a leadership academy here with how to do this with everyone who works for you, everyone that we've encountered, everyone who works at the stadium. It's a joy. So that means everything, especially not just to women, but to learn how to lead. And it's done with kindness, not with an iron fist. And it's really smart. And not just because you said yes to our ideas, but because it's really fun. And when you did say that to me, I kind of choked up. It is fun to build things when you're coming from the right place and look what's happening. And I think the sky's the limit with this. And I'm so delighted to be a part of it with you guys.
Anything you want to say to KC or anybody who's watching, who's interested in sports, in coming into sports? This is a women's
behind the scenes or on the field.
Anything you want to say? Just like anything.
Well, I mean, I think anyone, female, male, interested in broadcasting and all the wonderful opportunities of the media, find the Current to be your friend. I mean, we built this for the community once again, right? That was your idea, is you want to have more and more content that attracts budding broadcasters, but also people that are interested in women's sports. And so I encourage everybody to come check out what is the state-of-the-art spot now in our region.
I mean, I think my initial vision for this space was sort of Good Morning America meets College Game Day, right?
Amen.
And a world where it's always open. There's always something going on. It's fun to look in at the broadcast that's happening. It's fun for the broadcasters to look out and see the energy of the stadium. It's a medium to tell the stories of all of our players and all of the people involved in putting this together. I think content is still an area that's where female athletes are really underrepresented.
Amen.
I mean, the amount of time we spend talking about football and they're not even in season yet compared to the 5 minutes of lead-in that is natural for our matches, and there's so much more to be told. And so we're just excited to put forth a venue where that's natural for that to happen. Encourage our players to come and use the podcast space, tell their own stories.
Because you got a bunch of naturals there that are just
incredible.
naturals in front of a camera, you know, and it's
Absolutely.
all about the storytelling.
Yeah.
Well, I, for one, am so grateful. I mean, I cannot say enough about how wonderful you guys are, how true and honest, and kind of exactly what Kansas City is, you know? It dreams big, and it makes those dreams happen.
Can't believe you're here.
Yeah.
I mean, really, it's so special.
I
We
want
do
to
anything
record
for
that
you
because,
guys.
like, I mean, you.
It is recorded.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm gonna get that and clip it for myself because the thing when I think about Kansas City, I think about people like yourselves, and you are all in. You're so generous with your time. I mean, you always represent the city at the highest levels, and I mean, we aspire to do the same. It's almost like I feel like we've had a lot of leaders we could emulate, like yourselves, who have been doing this a lot longer than we have. Makes the path a lot easier. You don't always have a path.
Yes.
Right. Well, I'm looking forward to many championships.
Me too.
Hallelujah.
Let's go.
Come on, you got it, you guys.
Thank you for building a place where sports and music and food and people, and I think you said you loved Barcelona, right? That was the city that you loved.
Yeah.
We don't have enough of that in America, where people can just hang and be and spend the whole day.
Come down to the
In-
current landing.
It
It's
is
growing and
gorgeous.
growing, but it is going to be exactly that. It is exactly that.
It just has the best natural energy. Like I can't.
does.
I don't know if it's coming from the river.
It's
or
everything.
people that were here before us,
Yeah.
or certainly the people that are here now. But
Yeah.
it has this amazing energy, and so every time I'm down here, it feels good.
We are going to cut the ribbon later.
Yes.
We've had a great time doing this, haven't we?
This
huh?
has been really fun. I'm
Thank
never
you
letting go
all.
of this mic. I
know.
like
I
it.
think I'm changing careers. No, I'm not. But
No, it's just you're adding.
this is yes,
Yes,
I'm
I am.
adding
It's an
to it.
addition.
Thank you all so much. This has been the grand opening of the KC Current Studios. You're going to see so much here. Tune in whenever we're doing something.
Yeah.
Going to be all kinds of stuff here. This is KC Baby Live. Come on, that's cool. Thank
Thank
you
you,
so
guys.
much.
Thank
Come
you.
see a game. Come down to the current landing.
Get some of the new merch. This new shirt is great.
Well, this is the older one, but
That is
yeah.
really.
This
I
is
haven't
the
even
nice
seen
one.
that.
That's
That's
a
very
yeah,
cute.
yeah.
I
Thank you so
wear
much.
this everywhere in LA. Just
Chris and Angie
represent.
Long, dream makers, owners of the current builders of dreams. That's what they are. We love you so much, you
too
guys.
kind.
Thank
We
you.
love you guys.
You're the best.
KC Baby.